I redefine any definition you got. I am the tiger, I'm making steps to the top. The flames, I whip it up, you just gotta hand me the rock. Take a seat, you cannot stand it. All I know, the flow harder than a Scotch bonnet. Don't try study me, you cannot manage. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.
Yeah, you better listen. I'm bringing heat, you'll be a fan when I start rapping. Way I'll have your fucking head spinning. I'm known as spit vicious. Release bombs and go tick tick. Boom, you blow me that head missing. I'm a phenomenon. Stacking cheese like it's Parmesan. 8 different flows, call me Octomom. I'm moving fast like the Autobahn. And I'm independent, so I'm not your fucking starving like it's Ramadan. Sick, twisted, gifted. Can't copy, printed. Can't hold me down. I shape shift, I'm liquid. I killed this beat, I might get convicted. They know how I move, it was predicted. Persistent, spoke it into existence, so consistent, no assistance. Hear me once, become addicted. If I rap it, then
how's it going, everybody? I hope you boys are having a good one. I am doing good myself. At least I think I am. I'm feeling cold all of a sudden. So either my house is cold or I'm getting sick. Which I wouldn't be surprised if it was the second one, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if it was that. My sleep has been normally okay, but lately kind of atrocious. Like last 2 days, dude. You know what I mean? Last 2 days. Yo, what's up, boys? Let's try to see if we can get some groups over on the NA region. We didn't get to do any last week, mostly because I decided, like, I decided I'm not going to do any. It really came down to just me not feeling that great. It was last week was a tough week. This week was a little bit less tough. A little bit less. So we're going to try to see if we can get some games tonight. And hopefully we'll get some groups over on the NA. That or we'll just embarrass ourselves completely. Which hopefully we won't do that, at least not off the bat. I also started, dude, you gotta get your characters leveled. Get them leveled now. I started working with Paladin. I'm playing a little bit of Holy. I don't like Holy, but at least you actually can press Holy Light as I heal. Looks like Blizzard was able to tune him to be like, okay, you do want to press Holy Light. And that's like your main button to heal now, which is crazy. Music very loud. That's my fault. Yeah, I do that all the time, honestly. That is indeed my fault. Speaking of music, I shouldn't even have this music on here, actually. I should be getting my, my tracks. My own tracks here. There we go. That should be hopefully good enough. Hopefully decent. I don't know if Boris has a group or not. Hopefully he does. We'll see. I did talk to him about what time we should be doing this. 5 p.m. 6 p.m. is what we decided. So yeah, hopefully we'll get something going. I am gonna list a group here. I don't know. We'll see if we get bodies in here. Hopefully we get some. Right, just a couple of bodies would be great. Appreciate you boys though. I don't care if we're gonna be asked to level anymore. It's just annoying. Rodison, let's go. Yeah, sit through with bad groups. Yo, I do feel you on that. I do feel you on that, man. I do feel you on that. Some groups for dungeons really are slow. It is crazy how slow they are. Actually wild. Yeah, have to start calling it disco down. With the music, you mean? Yeah, pretty much, man, pretty much. It's just, I need to get OBS to auto-adjust audio when I switch to a different scene. That would help me tremendously, because I keep forgetting. What's up, Clip? How you doing, man? I like how, dude, it keeps translating you guys' messages. Hold on, let me show you. YouTube, for some reason, just keeps translating messages like Portal, Game of Portal. He said, me. He actually said, yo. but apparently that translates to me in some language. And then Clip said, oh yeah, it just said with a yo, but apparently that's oh yeah somewhere. What in the actual, like, what are those called? Kool-Aid jammers type of shit, you know what I mean? Oh yeah. What is this? Red Paladins? You know what? Look, Blades, I can't control them, Adam. Blizzard can. Ask Blizz to nerf Rets. You know what? We had Rets as a menace, all a war within. If they toned them down a little, I don't think it would be the end of the world. I want Reds to be good in 3s, 2s, group stuff, that's fine. But can we tone down the value in 1s, 1v1s, por favor? That would be the best. That'd be amazing. I need an extra body on this team. Looks like Boris is not around right now, so hopefully we can get something going in a little bit. I guess I'll make a second group and Boris will join for it, whatever. Let me see who else can invite. I just need an extra body here. I was thinking maybe Rosie's on. Rosie is not on. I'm even surprised we got ourselves like a team of 4 that quick, but hopefully Boris will be around for it. He did message me earlier. Yeah, getting groups up right now. Almost have a full team. I don't know if Boris is around or not, but he usually gives us groups like that. I think past 3 videos have been nothing but having Rets. Look, I noticed that myself. I try to do a Ret video, some other class. A Ret video, another class. Ret video, if you look at it, I try to make gaps in between Rets. That being said, you are very observant. We have had a lot of Ret clips. And look, when there's a lot of Ret clips, what am I supposed to do? Ignore Rets? Like when they do well? Don't get me wrong, I think it gets people blood boiling because it's like, man, Ret slamming again. Another video, a couple of videos after, Ret slams again. A couple of videos after, Ret slams again. Like how? They can't keep getting away with it. Look, I could just ignore Ret clips altogether. That won't change what is the, like, that doesn't change the tuning right now. I feel like putting a spotlight on it probably even helps because it's like, please somebody in Blizzard, please look at this. You know, is that just Rets? It's a rats. Your words, not mine. That's all I'm gonna say. Your words, not mine. Hey, duels tonight? I got a group pretty much done right now. I want to see if Conan will be down because Conan could then be lead for this group. That would be perfect. Do you lift? Is he in? He's not in on any of these, I don't think. Hey, wanna join? You know what? Let's do this. Let's see if I can get Conan in so this group can be 5-man. Who is Voodoo? I know Rev, but I don't know Voodoo. But if you get Conan in, then we have a full set group. I don't know where Boris is at. Hopefully we can get him in here in a second. And then I'm just gonna go through the rest of my list, get as many people as I possibly can. You know what I mean? What the hell is New Tinkertown? What the hell is that the Mechagon place? Can't spell it right. Not red. Yo. Based. I'm not good. I'm joking. I'm joking. Of course I'm joking. Of course Dalaran the Rogue doesn't have some impartiality with Red Paladins. Why would I ever? Why would I ever? I only PvP in Midnight and an old war within. Why would, you know, I'm being coy. I'm being cheeky here. But yeah, there's definitely like, dude, the hate for Rats has grown and it's Blizzard's fault. I really think it's Blizzard's fault. Blizzard, you could have just done something to make the spec not the most top played spec for the entirety of War Within. Could have done something about it. You know what? I want them to do well in like 2s, 3s, maybe even RBGs. Just, you can't make him like best in slot, most popular everywhere. That's the problem, is like, oh, everybody in the mother is playing one. Should have probably noted that, but they were probably seeing how many people play Reds. I mean, they were everywhere in Mythic Plus dungeons. They were everywhere if you started a raid group. They were everywhere if you were PvPing. There were just probably the most amount of players playing Red Paladin in the entirety of War Within. Just how it worked out. And like, what are they gonna do? Like the most popular spec that everybody plays, what are they gonna do? Start shafting all of those customers? Hell no! Hell no! The right move in that situation is to make as much money as you can, put a bunch of cool Pally items on the store. There's a good chance Pally players maybe will buy them. Maybe. it's like 50-50, but it's like, hey, if everybody's playing Paladin, we put some dope-ass Pally Mogs. Dope-ass mounts, too. Probably gonna buy it. Who knows? You know what I mean? They deserve every bit. They deserve the hate. Come on. Reroll to perma, to troll perma 45% off slows and roots. A voodoo. Hell yeah, dude. Let's go. All right, Boris is hopping on in a little bit. Coda never got back to me, so we'll try to see if I can get somebody else in. I guess I can make Red, or Rev lead here. There was somebody I saw earlier. Hey, hey, wanna join Duels, friend? Got a group, just needs +1. That's how I'm gonna lure him in, just be like, yo, we got a group, just need one more. Una mas. Does, hey, Duels tonight? Got a group with +1 spot open. That's another way I'm gonna be able to lure in where the outlaw, and hey, only the warlocks, at least you're not playing against this outlaw. You know what I mean? They can make any other, they can make that to any other class. You know, it should be a class, or rather a spec. It should be a class or a spec that hasn't been in the spotlight. If the word to like make something else popular. Like, when is the last time Arms Warrior was played by literally everybody? Or I know Fire Mages recently were popular. Monks is generally popular on and off. Feral Druids have been popular in PvP at times, but not in PvP. It would have to be something that hasn't always been popular, like Shadow Priest. I think last time they were everywhere was Battle for Azeroth. Not everybody's favorite, but still. Or maybe they could do like Outlaw Rogues had the time in spotlight. I was gonna say Outlaw. Survival Hunter, right? Survival Hunter. They can do that too. You can just pick something that hasn't been like meta in like a very, very long while, and they just like make that popular for a little bit, just for funsies, just to see how it goes. You know what I mean? Okay, so I said need Unomaz then. Coded or Light Sword also using house intros at the moment. Okay. So tactics is different soul. Soulscape. There we go. Stony. Hey, wanna join Duels? Got 1 spot open. I'm hoping Boris will be able to get his group up and running real quick. Keldra, I don't even remember if he does Duels. One of these guys do. That's No. Does No actually join? I could probably get Warthurus to join in. I just need one here. Dragonflight Season 1 and 2, there were Shadow Priests. Were they really? Oh, man. Oh, wait, you're right. Yeah, when the Bear Druid was meta and the Augurovoker was meta, Shadow Priest was playable then, wasn't it? Wait, yeah, I forgot about that completely. Yeah, Shadow Priests were pretty good. But, like they were good in Mythic Plus, but they weren't everywhere. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay, Stony is coming into this group, so he'll be probably not lead. I'll probably make Rev lead or Voodoo. Either one works, honestly. I just need to get see if Boris has his group set up. He usually gets these gathers 5 fairly quickly. Still taking a second, actually. But I'm sure he'll find bodies. Just remove a couple of red immunities and give him stronger CDs. That could maybe do it. I feel like if you were to remove immunities from reds, like that whole community of red paladins would have a field day. And like pitchforks, torches, it would be probably pandemonium. I mean, when the Reds weren't doing like amazing last season, was it? Final season of War Within, they literally shut down the Paladin Discord. Was it the Red Paladin part or just the entire Paladin Discord? I don't remember, but they shut down a Discord completely. So all useful sources for like talents and things, they were just like, nah, not until Blizzard buffs us, and then Blizzard emergency buffed them immediately. It was wild. I don't think that ever happened with the class Discord. Everybody made fun of him. Yo, Zan, my guy, thank you for becoming the Young Crown. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you. Pitchforks and torches. No, seriously, dude. They literally shut down a Discord. Shut down a Discord full of useful info because class wasn't doing like where they wanted it to. And Blizzard emergency buffed them that same week. Crazy. Do you think Affliction Warlock will be A+ after buffs? Like with the recent ones? It's only getting like what PvP buffs, right? It'll be a little better, but like I don't really know which Warlock spec is top right now. I would imagine not. Imagine Destro is getting trained, and it's probably Demo, isn't it? Red players and rogue players legit have mental disabilities. Yo, as a rogue player, I can't speak about Reds, but as a rogue player, true, based. It's crazy. Red wasn't even bad when the winner on the Crybaby tour closed the Discord. Actually, completely mental. A lot of people did make fun of him for it. Yeah, a lot of people did get hate for just playing Red Paladin because of that. Yeah, no, it was, I think, mostly just people on the Discord channel that probably felt some kind of like a, I don't know, power trip maybe. I don't know, what's the best word here? Some people could say, some people might describe it as a bit of a power trip, and I could totally see it. Yo.
You deserve it, homie, you put in the work.
My man, I make YouTube videos on World of Warcraft and I play video games. I don't know what part of it I deserve, but I do appreciate you. Yo, Zen, appreciate you, my guy. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, man, I just sit at home and play video games. You give me too much effort, too much credit. I do put effort, but like, I feel like you give me a lot of credit. I appreciate that. I appreciate you, man. You're the real one. All they get is get rid of lay on hands. Yo, if they got rid of lay on hands, like scale, like insta heal that ignores dampening, that could help. Not gonna lie, that would basically mean like they go back down to only 2 immunities. You know what I mean? That would help. That took a while, but good group. Yo, hold on. What is it? I forgot. Out of the group, Crown of Cosmos. Let's go. Let's go. Hell yeah. Okay. Boris is getting his 5 together right now. How's that going? Okay, I might need to help him. I'm go help out LVO. You'll be making Rev lead. Rev, just let me know when the group, actually, you don't need to tell me nothing. I'll just ask you how the group is doing. I'm gonna see if I can join Boris and try to see if I can help out with bodies. I'm just gonna go through my BNet and start seeing if I can get the homies in. Get the homies piled in here one by one. Majo? Yeah, Majao. I'm really bad with that name, bro. I am so bad with that name. Okay, let's see if hey, friend, wanna join the Duels? Hey, how you doing? The fact that you're still in a troll, I think it's awesome, man. I think it's awesome. Hey, wanna join 5V5 Duels? I'm gonna see if Double Lift wants to go. He joined these a couple of times last week. I wasn't here pretty much, so yeah. Let's see if Gentle. Oh, no, he's on like low level character. I'm gonna let him do his thing. I need to see who Jay does these ever. Colby already did end up harassing him. Lightsword already did harass him. Lex is doing some stuff. Does Metsta want to join? Hey, friend, wanna join? Or we putting together 500 duels right now. Let me know if you want in. Hell yeah, dude. Dowball's free right now. I'll hit him up. Yeah, I'll let him know. Quartz on the way. Yeah. He was just talking about Quartz too. He was just talking about him, man. Just hey, Duels got spots. Hold on, I haven't seen Chills in a second. Although he hasn't met me back in a hot minute too. Hey, Razor. Oh my god.
Love your 5v5 video.
Hey, man.
Keep it up. First time I can watch it live, though less than 3.
Hey, hopefully we'll get some games in, man. Sometimes NA duels take a second to get started, but once they get going NA, I love watching these boys, man. Yo, thank you so much. Nabor? Hopefully I got it right. At least close. Yo, thanks so much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for the 5 EU big bones, man. Thank you. Keeping it real, Rev. Yeah. Dude, I like how Rev just like says it how it is, honestly. I give tips for people making me coffee. You entertain much more. You entertain much more worthy. Fair. Yeah, I don't go out to get coffee that often. Hey, Ren, wanna join those? I don't go. I just make coffee at home, right? But one time I was out like at a movie theater, which is actually like a walking distance from me. I was like, I'm here. I'm about to just sit down on the bench, get some coffee. I went to Starbucks. Did the whole tip thing or whatever. I tasted it. It felt like straight up dirt, dude. I was like, okay, let's get a mocha thing with milk. Let's get some something sweet in there too. It tasted like dirt. It literally didn't make a difference. And I would just walk out of there thinking like, dude, this was the waste of $6. Just an absolute waste. Like, probably not the barista's fault. But somebody made the coffee. You know what I mean? Like, somebody made the coffee. You know what I mean? Is it someone's fault? Probably mine walking in there, honestly. Probably mine walking in there thinking I'm gonna get any quality service. You know what I mean? I just hope the buff Shadow Priest. We've been watching the poor priest one. Dude, I don't know what the... I think they need to give him a talent that's a choice of a shorter silence or a stun. That would help, right? At least getting some proper crowd control would help greatly. I think that'll be pretty amazing. This guy's in the merger cell. What in the world? Hey, Teldra, wanna join my old friend? How does he even get him in here? Possibly, maybe. All right, who else could I pester on my real ID? Buff Frost, Zeke, and everything else. I agree with that, actually. Based, real. Oh, you already got the KSL? Yo, what in the world? I need that. I haven't got my KSL yet. I need to grind it out this week, I think. Shadow Priest 3 immunities and a stun. Yeah, imagine Shadow Priest with a bubble, a Spell Warden, a Lay on Hands, which actually I feel like a Shadow Priest with a Lay on Hands or a Priest with a Lay on Hands kind of makes sense in my opinion. 43 immunities when need a fully casters more. Imagine though. Imagine. Stella can't get ready, can't get ready to someone plus. How you doing by the way? Doing good, getting groups together right now. 2K second day of 1+. Yeah, I just need to spam it out myself too, man. Sure thing. Yo, dope. Let me know when to invite. Was it good 1 to 3K? Yeah, I just need to spam them out myself, honestly. I just need to spam them out. I'm down to just invite. And I can get Teldra in here too, hopefully. That was just fine. Perfect. We got my DH. Okay. I'm a re-inv. Perfect. Destro with 10 seconds. Bubble in the castle moving. Bro, do you remember when Destro could cast while moving? At least Incinerate? Back in Miss Pandaria? The good old days. God damn, was that good. Or when you could do like a rain of fire that was like 10 miles long, 10 miles wide, 10 miles in radius. Just drop it down in the middle of the map on like Eye of the Storm and no one could grab the flag ever. Just rain of fire, rain of fire, rain of fire. And it's just like the entire team is melting. There's nothing they can do about it. As long as you're alive, they ain't getting hit. Just waiting for quartz. Beautiful. Beautiful. He just finished SS. Dude, I gotta spare my SS this week. I gotta get my caps this week. Isn't this week when you get your caps conquest weapon? Pretty sure, right? I still gotta get my weapon. I haven't gotten my caps out of the way this week. I've mostly been grinding PvE as best as I can. I got 4 mythic bosses. One of them being chimeras. So now anytime I kill mythic bosses, there's a chance I can get a mythic trinket, which is one of my best in slot. Unfortunately, we didn't get the Naru boss. That one's tough, even heroic. It was Manoros Fury and Chris Radius shit. Yeah, dude, exactly. It was so good. And then they nerfed it. They were like, nope, you only can do it once every however many minutes. So you could only do it once. But it used to be passive. Just every rain of fire was just like giga wide. It was so good. Pure PvE use of Manoros Fury was so more like rain fire was so sad. Oh man, yeah. Make Arms Warrior where Deep Wounds actually hurts. That's what they're doing, in fact. They're buffing Deep Wounds and ran by like 150, either by 15, 20, 100%. They're buffing Bleeds a bunch for sure. They're doing a lot of that. They're definitely doing a lot of that. That's a decent set. I don't know about the chest piece. That's a decent set. I think on work it might look better. Somebody linked this randomly. That was impossible. I'm the only Draenei Outlaw Rogue. I've never seen one. Yo, there's not that many. Draenei Outlaw Rogue. If you go to the Alliance, if you go to Stormwind and you go to the building, let me see if I can find it real quick. This is really cool because you will find one other Draenei Outlaw Rogue. 100% Outlaw, can be settled to your assassin. But if you go to Old Town and then there's this building with like NPCs that you can like talk to, and you go inside and you go down the stairs all the way down the little like down, it's like a room, storage room all the way down. There's a couple of rogue characters. Yeah, boot me. There's a storage area and there's like a rogue dude by the barrel kind of leaning and he sells poisons. On the other side is a Draenei rogue, 100% an Outlaw rogue. That's the only Lightforge Draenei Outlaw that I've seen. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure the top parsing. Outlaw Rogue for Lura on Heroic or Normal was a Lightforge Outlaw Rogue too. So there's two. You're third, I guess. But yeah, they're not common at all. By the way, I did comparisons. I did sims on like what are the best racials. I actually want to see what is the best Outlaw Rogue racial right now. I know that Dwarf is really good. I want to really find out like I want to really find out. Oh my god, raid bots. That's what I need. I want to find out. It was advanced sim, right? I did a bunch of these. Look. Darker and Dwarf apparently the highest. I do want to see where High Mountain is at. Lightforge Drenai is actually one of the top. Well, Lightforge Drenai is actually like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tied for Worgen. Tied for 6 with Worgen. Not a bad racial apparently. Not a terrible racial at all. Hold on. I am a Night Elf right now, right? So Dalaran XP. Where's the Night Elf? Night Elf apparently not that good anymore. Apparently not good. And apparently Nightborn is a little better than Night Elf. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I think it's because of the haste and crit and those values being static, but Night Elf is still really good in PvP. Drakthir so low? Dude, unfortunately, it's still really good. The racial is incredible. I think it's still worth the play. Like, if you were a Drakthir rogue and you were outlaw, I'd be like, you know what? Not terrible. I know the mastery is not your best, but not terrible. Okay, revenge. I need. Oh no, revenge. Reverence. Why do I call you revenge? I do it a lot. 5, the grand one. Beautiful. Very good. Hey yo, Navarre. We actually do get some live duels today, and hopefully we'll have homies like Chicago and maybe even Seaborn popping in at some point. This will be fun. We're going to be spamming as many of these as possible. Not really looking to rotate the teams too much. So you guys, if you just want to keep playing these over and over, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, main thing, good luck and have fun. Drakthir is so low for, yeah, should be on a Pharma Rogue. I should do it, maybe for tier, but not. If you need gear, I honestly think Prey and Delves are probably better for gear. I would do a normal raid, like Void, the Void one, and the Dream Rift. Void Spire and Dream Rift, because there's some good items there, even on normal or decent. Like Dream Rift Trinket is amazing. Definitely worth doing that one at some point. Alrighty, boys. Which, let's go, dude. Let's go. Chill feels back in. I love that set. It looks so good. There's no rogue in here. I was gonna be like, where's the rogue with a banana set? Can we just take a look at how embarrassing it looks? Kai Woke. I don't know why I struggle with that name. Majao, we got ourselves Windlorf. Okay, I'm gonna struggle with that name, but that is, I like his whole setup, dude. He got like the beard with the feathers. Oh, no feathers, leaves. I'm getting all the names. I'm getting all the things wrong today, dude. I am 100% getting all the things wrong. What is this little wisp you got going on there, too? Rav gonna be first up. Frost Mage versus Destra Luck, closing the gap, but the Succubus is nowhere nearby. In a good spot, literally chasing after him. Quick breath right after, as the Succubus instantly slaps him with his EC. Trinket early on to land a kick into a port now for Rev. What kind of build are you playing? You are a Hellcaller, so he's going to have a little bit of this instant cast. What is this wisp going on? I kind of love the look of it. It's also kind of confusing. It makes you think that you got like a Boomkin star thing. You know what I mean? Like, I should get close to this guy because you got like a flying star next to him. But it's like moving with you. What is that? I kind of need that thing. It's like distracting enough. I kind of want to use that as a rogue. Imagine just playing like a trickster rogue and you got this like wisp in people's faces distracting them the entire time. That Soulfire does do damage with the stun right after. Bolt block immediately for Windle. Does have 2 of them, so you might as well use it. It is going to go for a blink, trying to think to maybe close the gap. Unable to slow it immediately. It's going to be Rev. He's got himself a decent setup here, something to work with. Brett trades with that Mortar Coil. Do you have a follow-up? Poly, unless you have a stop for it, does have a Reflect. That Reflect is beautiful. You gotta love the Reflects of the Warlock, man. You gotta love Reflects of the Warlock. Not great for every other caster, but for the Warlock, it's great. Gift of the Nora, love it. Gift is also really good. Wait, Zed, are you a Draenei or Lightforge Draenei? Because Gift of the Nora isn't terrible. Plus, doesn't Draenei have like more primary stats? I'm pretty sure normal Draenei is also not terrible for Rogue either. Just on just like raw passiveness of the racial as well. Has a force set to get 2k, gonna take forever. I don't know about getting 2k. Yeah, I don't know about getting that 2K. Honestly, you would have an easier time just switching to sub and like PvP into 1600. Honestly, it might be a little easier. Wendell does end up running out the clock just to land a poly with the breath out. That's what's going to be Succubus CC. It is going to be Succubus CC, but at least he's got some damage rolling in, but his Soulfire is still going to get you low. Stun right after. Do you have Shimmer? It looks like he may not be playing with the Blink. Does have shields at the very least, so he might be able to keep himself a little bit of that livability with shields, but unless he can find a way to get a proper setup and dodge the Succubus and go for a proper Ray of Frost, especially if we're playing Shimmer, I feel like he would want to go for Ray, Blink behind the pillar, let that Shimmer carry him behind the line of sight, so you just could do a lot of damage himself. So far, Rev is just trying to see if he can play it out a little slowly, got himself the haze buff, but unless he can close the gap, unless he can land on Succubus CC, I think he's just going to end up waiting it out. Try to see if he can port him. Is he able to avoid it? Brett, Succubus is going to catch him immediately. Like every single time, I feel like you want to land the Brett. Landed on Succubus and the Warlock, but I think for Wendell, yeah, unless you block, it just might be lights, and for Rev, it's just resources. Is there a chance for Wendell to do anything here in this situation? Because it feels like he was trying to get a setup going, but never really got himself a proper Ray of Frost going at any point. Succubus does get CC, but a quick shot of burn. And the BM flag of ownership does come out. Shilpas immediately rushes him as a Frost Death Knight silence onto Rev. The dragon flies right through. He's got himself the Reaper size. A massive gateway out for Rev, covering quite a huge distance. That's going to be potentially another grip out of Chills, but it's going to be a fear into Chaos Bolt. Does get the grip as soon as the Nether Ward falls off into an Infernal, landing a kick, but it's going to be a Soulfire right to the face. The Death Knight taking a hit. IBF keeping him nice and sturdy. Got himself death strikes in case he needs to survive, and he's going to be just fine with some of those. AMS, you know, bold second one does eat half of that AMS. So he's actually doing kind of okay. Got himself 2 pets, so at least he's got something to at least death strike off of. With dampening not being too high, he's able to maintain himself for now, with cooldowns coming back really soon. For Rev, the question is he going to have to use big cooldowns here? That's going to be Silence. Unfortunately, the Death Knight getting pulled away, gripping him back in. Do you have another gateway? Could you just go for another gateway use? That catches him, the Death Knight, into the Succubus with the fear right after. Bolt to follow him. Reflect, cannot grip him on that one. Second Bolt, eating into the AMS a little. He still got the Reaper Scythe. Rev got himself a bit of that shielding. Does himself another gateway to back up out of there. Chills actually able to get quite a few cooldowns out of Rev. Still has wall. But with Chills, with how fast his cooldowns are coming back up, he's going to have Dragon, Stun, Silence, the whole combo. The whole shebang of everything he needs. Does land a quick kick in between of it with Lichborn. Mortal is able to connect. Bolt does eat a Chill Pill's health bar a little. He has a full bar of runic power. The wall for Rev comes out really early. Hold on a second. For Chill Pills, this could be a massive opportunity. Death Pack together with the AMS, eating into that shield. Stun immediately. I think it's going to be a Silence, and there's just nothing he can do to escape it. The Frost Death Knight Wombo combo is amazing. I think Rev played it very safe with that wall super early, just trying to be like, okay, you know what, he's probably going to rotate something now, and I just want to make sure to predict it. But yeah, that gave him an opportunity to just push on. That is unfortunate. Voodoo Shuffle, I love that whole look. I love that whole look. He literally looks like one of those NPCs that would be riding a Rapture. Like, imagine you go to like the Ashran area, right? War Spear, whatever it's called. And you're just like hanging out with a couple of troll NPCs there, and then this dude just comes up at you. If you're Alliance randomly, wait, you got yourself a glaive too? That looks so sick. Oh wait, he's got the coolest set ever. What in the world? Unfortunately, he can't catch up to Chill Pills that easily. Chainwise by the Death Knight just absolutely pulls the man to a crawl, and unfortunately, Frost Death Knights, they just don't have the mobility. They have good charge, they have a leap, they have a spear leap, which is really good. They have like abilities to close the gap, but no passive movement skill. You know what I mean? Chilpa's barely alive in that execute range. So is Voodoo Shuffle. Actually, both of them so low. Death Strikes versus Voodoo. Trying to see if he can keep himself afloat here. Quick fear for a second. Does he go for a stun? Maybe an execute? He just needs something, anything. Blind, but chills for a moment. Catching a quick Death Strike for just a minute. He's got himself a full pillar coming up very soon. Voodoo Shuffle, if he doesn't take damage, he'll start to get that second wind healing. Stormbolt on the Chills does break out of it with a human racial. Death back for just a second. Reflect up for Voodoo. If he doesn't have any dots on him, if he walks out of Death and Decay and just stays out of combat, not taking damage, you start healing. He has a slight advantage over Chillpills in healing because of those necrotics. Chillpills with full damage, full stun, brings on the man in a block of ice and just goes for the Reaper's Scythe, cleaving him down. That was amazing. That was so much damage, and he immediately rushes out at Keegan with the man getting absolutely devastated with those scythes. What is happening? Chills just take the momentum from one into the next. I've heard that demon hunters are quite squishy, but I would not have expected anything like that just now. That is kind of wild. Unfortunately, Chills does not have much power in them to continue fighting on from next to next. That's Chills though. That is Chills. To be honest, Frost Athlete does have a lot of burst, and Chills is pretty good at that class. I like Diabolica's like everything, all the colors in the world set. Also, that enchant on Thunder Fury actually looks so good. I feel like the orbs are a little small. I hate how they kind of clip it through the actual blade, the fork part of the blade. But it still looks good either way. Rodinson. I almost called him Robinson. Does go for the Wake of Ashes on the pet, able to go for the dot onto Daya. Is going to be a bit of reflect. Daya hoping to maybe get himself a setup. Mortal trades with a Hodge, actually so perfectly set up. Does go for the trinket, seeing the second CC poured out for Daya. Does Rodinson have enough mobility? He has mobility. Dude, Hand of Freedom for Paladins. I feel like it's got him moving so fast. Poured out for Daya using that Void of Racial. Dropping an Infernal. Does land a stun onto Rod, who's actually just fine right now. He's actually doing okay. He's taking a bit of damage. Trying to go for a kick. Bolts are going to connect. He does get him some defenses. May need something here. Blind last second. Does go for Lay on Hand, so he's able to recover. And I think he right now will just want to see if he can melt down Daya. Daya needs a good angle. Maybe looking for a gateway here. I think it's a gateway angle. Yep, has to go for the gateway. Succubus staying on the far side of the arena. Daya actually not poking out to get some freebie damage. He is trying to get some kind of a setup, some resource built up. Gonna get another chance. Yeah, we're gonna keep playing these back-to-back, man. You're more than welcome to keep playing, honestly. We're gonna keep giving this multiple times, man. I'm Kawoy. Yeah, Kai woke. Okay. I see you, Razor. I see you, man. I just saw your message. I like the Wake of Ashes to stun the pet. For Rodinson, he's like, you know what? I need the Dawnlight anyway. Wake of Ashes is a good ability, but I really need to proc that Dawnlight either to keep myself alive or to put a dot on the other guy. So honestly, putting that Wake of Ashes on cooldown just so you have access to the next Templars are going to get a dot on Daya. I mean, that Wake of Ashes is going to come back in 10 seconds and you get another one of those dots in. So Daya, look at him. He's actually taking quite a bit of damage. Wall, this is where Rodinson sees the pressure, sees the wall, knows he can just play the super safe, gets the pressure onto Daya from a distance. But while the wall is active, stun on the pet, he can't go for a CC. Rodinson is going to get a Dawnlight on himself to get a heal going. Mortal from around the corner. Chaos Bolt does end up going flying. Let's go for Succubus into the Succubus while the Chaos Bolt is midair. If you go for Succubus, that Chaos Bolt is not going to break the Succubus CC. Having to go for a lot of self-healing, which we've seen on EU. Pallies can do quite a lot of self-healing when they're Herald of the Sun. That Eternal Flame together with Dawnlight, they buffed up the damage of Dawnlight recently. I actually think they might have also buffed up the healing. I think they just buffed up the value of it some way, somehow. Like, it just feels like it heals for more than usual. You know what I mean? Like, it actually is a lot. Wake of Ashes stunning the pet, trying to close the gap. Daya does have reflect in case there's going to be possibly a Hodge. This is where Rodinson actually avoids hodging him too early. Waiting out for the Netherward, dodging the Infernal altogether. He's actually in a decent spot. He just needs a decent angle, getting the dot onto Daya. That dot, look at that health. It's slowly but surely got to be melting little by little. And if Rodinson can add some extra damage to it, that would be very, very helpful. Looks like wasn't able to get double the stack up of the Dawnlight. Looks like it was one on himself, one on Daya. So it did a bit of damage, not as much. Mortal is going to connect there. Trinket is available, stun to follow, trying to go for those angles. He's actually going behind the pillar to make sure the Succubus cannot hit him. That is actually so crazy good. Rodinson is extra aware of where the Succubus is. Does go for the rebuke of the Succubus, making sure that thing cannot do anything. Big hammer sent out on Daya. Succubus unfortunately does end up connecting some damage, or a CC at the very least. Incinerates, bolts, immunity out for Rodinson. He's looking to end the zero right here. Daya maybe can go for Spell Reflect to reflect the Hodge back at the guy, but it won't stop him, but it could help. That's about all he can do. Goes in for a port. Got mobility. Warlock is using max mobility here as best as possible. There goes the Succubus CC. Giving him an option to go for a Soulfire. Couple Instacast. Summoning up a fresh new pet. The Rodinson maybe looking for a bubble here. Wake of Ashes on the Succubus. There goes the bubble. Daya able to at least get a big cooldown out of him. Port together with the Dark Pack. But unfortunately, Rodinson got so much rotting damage for him. And Kai going to be up next, charging in cap. We actually saw Demon Hunters doing a lot of damage and surviving against pallies really, really well on the EU. I need to swap out one of the pallies out for one of our mages. You think so? We could maybe do that, but it's up to you. We could do a switcheroo. That could be a possibility, so that we have like what, one mage each, one pally each. Hold on, we haven't seen Majao play. Maybe he's like actually insane. Maybe he's like the pally counter. So give him a second, right? Give him a chance here. Kai is taking a lot of damage right now. He needs to find a way to close the gap, start using all those abilities in order to catch up a lot of the leech healing. I don't know if he's playing the Aldraki Reaver or if he's playing the other build. I don't know if he's... Is he Explosion? No, he is Aldraki. He has to be playing Aldraki. Got himself quite a lot of damage. 66% dampening. Doesn't give him a lot of healing to work with, but he's able to keep the pressure onto Radisson. As long as he's able to stay and get those big glaives, he'll be just fine. He needs one more glaive, and that should probably seal the deal. Although Kai does not have a way to break out of a stun, he may need to go for fly up. May need to go for rain for above to get some freebie damage. Blind out for Radisson. Is he going to go for a stun? Kai's kind of low. He has Wake of Ashes. He doesn't actually. So for Kai, I think getting a stun onto Radisson, flying up in the air, maybe rain for above him, might be the safer play, possibly. There goes, try to see if he can immune any kind of stuns. I think he heard me talking. He heard me talking. Hodge, does Radisson have enough damage, or does Kai have something to follow up here? Unfortunately, stun does not connect. Majao, last one left, or for the team, one. Don't see a reason to class stack? Fair, fair. We could do a switcheroo, Chills. We could do, it's just the thing is I have to join Rev and need to coordinate the switcheroo stuff, but we could make it happen. Sinful Flame season 1 and chat looks so clean on Thunder Fury. Does it actually? Sinful Flame, was that the was that Shadowlands? Sinful Flames. That sounds, oh wait, you did right, season 1. I don't, is that the like the really, really dark one? I never gotten that one. Yeah, I missed out that season completely. I PvP'd, but I did a lot more PvE that season. I think it's because Outlaw Rogue was like in a really tough spot. Every other season after I played it quite a bit though. Especially when Rogues had that Vanish cooldown reduction legendary stuff where he basically had like cooldowns for days. It was wild. I mean, you know, right back swapping. Okay, sounds good, Blade. Sounds good. This is gonna be just Majao trying to see if he can just pelt Radisson from a distance. Couple of flurries, couple of lances. Able to build up the shatter bonus. I do like the mage shatter stuff going on, by the way. It's so much easier to build it up and like really spend it. Previously it was like, well, you gotta get a guy rooted and then you could potentially shatter, but it's like RNG. Or it's like, hey, you flurry them, now they're considered frozen, so now when you hit them, you count as shattered. And it's like always was weird. Blind, unfortunately, wasn't close enough to reach him. Hand of Freedom stolen immediately by the mage. Just drink it out. That's going to be blink out for Majao. Making sure that the slows do have Radisson's completely slowed down. Ray of Frost lay on hands to keep himself alive. Majao does have Ultra. They should be able to at least recover some health, but 80% dampening denies it greatly. Does have Alter, or is there? Is going to be able to get passive damage. Wait, Radisson, I think you die behind the pillar. Boy, I think you die. I think you die. Dude, Frozen Orb hurts now. Frozen Orb actually hurts. If you are playing with Spell Slinger, Frozen Orb actually slaps. I think because Frozen Orb does damage, or because it creates splinters and those do damage. One of those two. Stony, my man. I like the chess piece you're combining together with that set. It kind of matches, but like you can see like the dark plate versus like the stone doesn't quite fit, but I see what you're trying to do. It's almost like he's like, you know what, let's take all the reds, combine them together. Look good though, look good. I also like the enchant you got for the weapon. A little bit of green, a little bit of red. Felled Paladin look. I don't hate it. Can't hate it. I also love how he's giving Majao a chance here for a proper honorable match here. He's going to hit him with a Hodge instead of season full on health. Majao's going to have to be very, very careful. He does have double blocks. So he's going to have to use them very carefully. Ultra is not going to heal you for a lot. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, Ultra is not going to heal you for a lot. Shield boost picking up 3. Rod also bringing back 3. Well done, well done. Let's see if we can get ourselves another one going. Rev, you could actually, we could do the switcheroo that, what is it? The Chills was suggesting. We could do, to make sure each team has a paladin, right? So we do less class stacking. So if Rev invites me to the group, we'll send one of the mages over to Team Boris. I'll grab Madiki, is that okay? Sure. Yeah, so Razor, Boris may need my help with that then. Yeah, Rev, oh! Does the paladin on Team Boris want to join Team Rev? Because they got a spot. I don't know who they have or whatnot, but if they want to join, we need +1. That could work. That could work as well. The groups are going to be listed up in Raid's Legacy, by the way. We actually have a spot for both. So yeah, if there was a Paladin over on Team... I think it was Team Boris at Mage, right? If a Mage wants to go over to Team Rev, that'd be perfect too. That would work out. Come to invite me. They are listed under Molten Core. Or check Raid's Legacy. Both groups are titled as 5V5 1V1. Yeah, that works. Team Red will need a body. They got Stony. Beautiful. So now we did do a switch around mages. Awesome. Wait. Never mind. He already had Stony. Never mind. Wait. Oh, did he? He did. Okay. That's my B. I'm dumb. We will need a +1 over on this team. I didn't have a red. Okay. You had the mage. Do you have a red now, Boris? Let me know if you need help getting in. I don't know if you joined Team Boris or what. No, I have me. Mage, Warrior, Lock, DK. We're full. Okay. Works out for me. As long as the groups are full, I'm fine with that. Let's do Toberon. We have a lot of casters, so let's do a caster-friendly map. I can switch over. You're good though. No, you're fine, Tony. You're good. We got groups and we'll figure out what we're doing after. We got groups right now and we'll figure it out, like all the class stacking stuff afterwards. Yeah, we'll do this map as is, and then next one we'll switch over Pally and Mage. All we'll just have is like Stony goes over to Team Majao, and like Windledorf will go to Team Rev. That's all. You just two people switch. It'll be easy. Nobody will need to go anywhere. But yeah, we'll play it out as it is here, just for this game, and see how that goes. Did I save this one? Bring it back to Chopa. Seems we can do the DK takeover. Oh, I can after this. Yeah, Beef Smasher, is that you? Yeah, we could probably do that. Yeah, double DK on same team. Which? Alrighty. That's a double mage point. Let's do it. We'll switch around after this one. How did that sound? I usually like when we got groups together. I usually like to just not mess around. Like we got groups and it's like, all right, let's play, and then we can do some shuffling after. That was a huge charge by Keegan immediately into a Brad by Majao. Unless you go for a melt here, yeah, you just gotta take some. No mind, you're not gonna freeze at all. I thought he was gonna freeze. Still got frozen. Unfortunately, still got frozen. I like that slippery ice thing he's got going on. That little shuffle. Majao with the Ray of Frost. So let's get him close the gap. Does drop a darkness. Took a lot of damage there. But as long as Majao got himself a couple of those like shatters, he can just lance him down. Yeah, dude, the lances and shatters is just so much consistent damage. And that Ray of Frost is absolutely terrifying. If you don't have an answer for it, it is scary. Ray, very scary. Do you know that we're thinking of removing one of the charges of Ray? That we're going to make it like one of single charge instead of two? That would have been so annoying for mages, man. It's like, come on, Liz. I finally got a big button. Now you're going to take it away. Please. I do like the rework they did for mages. I feel like them doing more like consistent damage and like shatter stuff, I think is a lot more Frost Mage than just waiting for 3 minutes until a big button and then only being effective during that button. You know what I mean? Plus it was like a haze buff, not even the damage buff, and then they gave it a damage buff later. Poly out, but Majao is going to be Ring of Frost. As soon as a Poly breaks, I'm pretty sure he's going to get frozen. That is going to be a slow with some Ray of Frost for free for Majao. It's only taking a decent bit of damage. Taking a full Ray of Frost and able to go for a Rebuke, closing the gap in order to interrupt it. Hand of Freedom stolen immediately, and that's going to be just constant slows with that Frozen Orb, which I'm pretty sure it actually moves after you. Or does it not? Wait, what? Does he have the orb that just stands still in place? I think Majao might have the orb that stands still in place, but it does a lot more damage. Normally, you could get an orb that's moving constantly with the person if you're a Spellslinger. Or maybe that's just baseline orb thing. I'm not even sure. I know at some point they made it so it moves, and it's been really, really nice. Majao, do you just go for Ray Frost? Freeze instead? Sony's kind of lost you. He either gotta just run at you or try to see if you can avoid the Ring of Frost, and that is actually helping create a bit of a gap between the two of you. Blizzard down just to add some freebie additional damage. Frostbolt's also doing a decent bit as well. Ultra is up. Spike is gonna connect. Spike does a decent bit overall too. You have the Spike that takes up shatters, by the way. Ray of Frost on that heal. Stony will need to react. Does get himself a rebuke. His health is still incredibly low. Does go for a bit of a heal. Majao will need to block this. That is his one block. At least one out of the two, it looks like. That is so rough, man. Branth immediately, probably right after him. As he got himself at least a decent setup, decent bit of distance. And should hopefully be able to get himself a bit of recuperation. Yeah, he needs to sit down for food. Unless he can just get away from Stony completely. Stony is going to get frozen. I think he would just sit down for food immediately. Or actually with that invis. No, you're not. You're not. I honestly think you may need to go for a Ray of Frost at this point. Unless Stony picks up the eyes. Majao got himself a great angle. If you sit down for food now, you might be able to get some out of it. Getting a little bit above 50% health. Unfortunately, stun is going to connect. Wake of Ashes not going to feel great. Especially whenever you get that dawn light on you. That's also not going to feel great. If you got yourself another shield, you may need it. Unless you're looking at potentially blocking it. Big spike, Ray of Frost to follow. Is Stony going to have an answer here? He does go for lay on hand, so at least he's got one of his big buttons used up. Unfortunately for Majao, he's just in a bit of a tight spot at the moment. I feel like unless he can get away from Stony and max range it with all the slows and roots from a distance, he's going to have a bit of a tougher time. I am wondering if maybe playing the pet build is going to be a little bit better for Mage, just because you can go for that freeze from a distance. And that pet can do a decent bit of like okay-ish damage with Spellslinger. But yeah, Downlight, is that gonna kill you? I'm hoping not. I'm hoping not. That Downlight got you super low. 7% with his shield, got yourself invis. Stony does get him blinded, but looks like it's not breaking the invis at all. Looks like the invis, I think it had a little bit of like this like an immunity to it. Damage, almost like when you vanish immediately as a rogue, you get like the stronger version of stealth and then normal stealth. I think invis might have had something similar. That, or it just does not fall off with CC. Trading on that stun with a freeze. Does go for the trinket either way. I think just try to make sure he gets himself some distance. Ray of Frost from around the corner. That's going to be huge. Able to break through Shield of Enders, so he doesn't have to worry about that whatsoever. Maybe looking for a possible block here. Does have breath. Stony kind of low. Actually, maybe you could make some Warcraft with this. Do you have like a spike? Hold on. If you have some kind of big damage off of this, Stony doesn't find himself in the greatest spots ever. Couple of lances, but looks like Majao is not going to be chasing after him. If only he had a spike. I do know they changed the timing on like when you get spike and it's more passive how you acquire it. But yeah, is it still with those icicles above your head? Is that still how it tracks? Like over time, or is you use abilities you get yourself icicles little by little, and then when there's 5 of them, one duel over 5 minutes, 2 block, spell buff, and their heads a bubble. Yeah, dude, when you get classes with that many immunities, like, it is going to be a battle of attrition. Majao picking up a lot of health though. Stony taking a decent bit of damage. Does get the dot. Spike is going to connect. While the freeze on him. Ray of Frost, Spell Warden. At least it's only the last 6 seconds. And Majao is going to trade block on that Spell Warden. I'm wondering if he goes in for a kick here. Try to. Doesn't quite connect. Invis for just a moment. I got to go by. Yo, Keegan, thanks so much for coming by, man. Appreciate ya. At least you got a chance to play here. So we'll need a +1 over for Team Rev after this. But we'll be doing like the whole mage shuffle anyway. Mage pally shuffle. Icicle stores over time above your head. Okay, so that is how it works. So I know that icicles used to be like a mechanic that would proc from flurries and frostbolts. But I didn't really know if that's something that you could still see if it just like automatically displays above his head. I was pretty sure earlier I saw a bunch of icicles. Is it only whenever he spikes that appear? I'm sure he sees it on his screen. Right? I'm sure he sees that on his screen. Frozen over on one side, Blizzard on the other. Unless you get yourself a good angle onto Stony, that is not going to be able to do too much damage. For Stony right now, I think it might be a game where he's playing around the mana a little bit, trying to make sure that he is just fine. He is going to need to find a way to close the gap. Majao, unfortunately, will be able to steal a Hand of Freedom, so you'll need to either get Majao to get closer to him, get out of position, that or sprint after him and hope you can land a Hodge super early on, then get a blink, try to see if you can position for the blink, maybe go for a block with the icicles. I don't right now, but I'm sure for his he does see icicles. Immediate flurries, trying to make sure he doesn't give up Hand of Freedom that early. There goes the poly. Unfortunately, he's not close enough to get the CC. Glacial Spike does connect with a full Ray of Frost. Shield of Edges just to live through the damage, and it's able to actually do just fine. It's going to be an altar. Blind for a second. Stun with a blink available. I think he was trying to see if he could just get out of the blind with the trinket as early as possible. Flurry down onto Stony. Is it going to be enough? Another Ray of Frost doing a bunch of damage. There goes the bubble. Majao has himself another block. He's okay. Invis, and there's nothing Stony can do to AoE him out. Does find him for just a second. Out of mana completely. So if Majao can keep him in the frozen orb, wait, just go back in the orb. Keep him in the orb. That does a lot of damage. I thought you should have just kept him in the orb. Just stay in melee. Just block on him. That might just kill him. Still might be able to do it. There goes the block. You have enough damage. Popping out of there for a second. Needs shatters. 2 shields. 12% health. And it looks like Majao does go down. Chills immediately taken him out. As soon as Majao died, he immediately was ready with a grip. Insta-grip. Didn't even give him a second to catch his breath. With Rodinson gonna be up next. That was so close. I mean, massacre. It really was, man. It really was. The two fought each other for quite a while. I honestly thought Majao was setting up like a proper victory there. But like, maybe if you just kept the Paladin in the frozen orb, like in melee next to him and just sit there, try to tank the damage to the face. Maybe that's the play. I do like the No Mercy. He like hit him with that, you know, that cane in like the cartoons or whatever, when somebody's like bombing on stage, just gotta show a dance or performance and they're just absolutely giving booed to death and you just get hit with that cane on the neck, just yanked out. That's essentially what Chopa's doing. He was like, you're done. Off the stage, immediate magic immunity. Rodinson, chill, spell stealing, and he just, you know what? I got one of my own. Come here, bud. Come here, bud. Where are you, bud? Let me walk over to you, bud. Spell stolen. Can you spell steal a bubble too? He might be able to. Hold on, if you give himself full burst with the silence and Rodinson's low enough, maybe possibly spell steals a bubble. That is so good for Chills. As long as he's got some defenses to live with the rest go by Rodinson, if he can spell steal another big goal, then there's going to be a bit of that spell warden. Chills backing up out of there. He does have potentially something to work with. He's going to have to rotate defenses. IBF, do you use it? Dome, keeping him alive. Barely though. He's not great on health right now. May need something. IBF, trying to pick up a little bit of healing. He's going to have to go for full combo onto Rodinson. Maybe with a silence. Does go for the silence. Trying to see if he can spell steal a good buff. Rodinson, depending on what spell you give up, Chills is going to be able to get that spell. No pony. Can't get pony. You can maybe give him a heal. Judgment? I think he gets a judgment. At most. He's still got the Reaper side. Blind to follow. Chills is not going to have anything for this bubble, unfortunately. Wake of Ashes on a Lichborn. That is tough. That is tough. Stun. Oh my god. That Lichborn timing was so unfortunate. Actually unfortunate. Let's walk at the DK. It is a fantastic set. Dia going to be up next. A bit of a rematch with Rodinson. Though this time, Pally is missing one of his immunities. He's still got Lay on Hands, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure he's still got Lay. I know he's got Bubble, but I'm pretty sure he's still got Lay. Bubble? There goes the Bubble. He didn't want to find out how much damage it was going to do. 50% damp? Yeah, the damp is unfortunate. Definitely unfortunate. There goes the port back to back out for Dia with Rodinson trying to see if he can get himself some kind of a setup going, but he knows if he sits out there with pets and all that, it's not going to feel good at all. He does getting some pelting damage from around the pillar. Succubus does catch him. I don't know if you can get yourself a Soulfire. You do get a Soulfire, so that's going to be a full new pet. Rodinson is going to have to go behind the pillar, avoiding all these pets as best as possible. He's still got an Infernal. All those pets all together still do a decent bit of damage. Wake of Ashes on the Succubus. At the very least, you can use a Dollar to try to heal yourself, but 58% dampening, you're not going to be able to get a lot of health, unfortunately. So hoping he thought I was going to just run, just needed him to get close. Yeah, exactly. Was a Paladin, all you could do in that situation is like hopefully a caster gets close enough where you can save some of your mobility and then you could charge him at the right moment. But Pally, he does seem to be more like a timing based class in PvP. At least when it comes to 1v1, like this enemy close enough. Okay, now I can charge in and get some output. They have Warrior has Spell Reflect. Okay, I need to time my Hodge at a good time where he doesn't have the Spell Reflect. I need to find a way to bait it, maybe. Dia just tried to go for Soulfire right in the face of Rodinson. Hold on, Rodinson and Dia both are so low. Fear right after. Is Rodinson dead? Bolt, Lay on Hands. Dia with a big port. Isn't enough. You need something, anything. Maybe Void of Racial does go for yet another port. Maybe Void of Racial now. Ported a little close. Hodge, unfortunately, Rodinson does cleave him down with Short and Deadly charging in. Trying to see if he can take him all with a big demolish. Leap around the corner. Maybe you need a spear. Unfortunately, Rodinson does escape that go. Did Demolish do anything actually? Did it even go through? I can't even tell. Did you see the nerfing Demolish and the crit on Mortal Strike? The crit on Mortal Strike I kind of understand, but I'm not a big fan of it. But the blade damage should maybe be better. Hopefully. I know they made the mortal wounds bleed very, very annoying to like do. I think it's only off of executes now, right? Battle sense available for short. He's got himself a bit of that parry. Rodinson tried to see if he could just fight through the damage here. Got himself self-heal. That Dawn Lake keeping him nice and healthy. Got him some mobility in order to be able to escape the warrior leaps. Unfortunately, the warrior does not have passive mobility. They have some decent damage, decent ability to charge the target, but not a lot of passive mobility to escape all the slows and the rotting damage of the Dawnlight. Hydra around the corner. She's Trinket, Fear to follow. Got him locked out. Do you have Spear to have anything? Big Demolish. Shield of Vengeance, unfortunately, is going to connect short. Unfortunately, is going to fall short here with Windeldorf up next. Last one over for the team one with Rodinson trying to go for as many flashing lights as possible before the mage hops right on top of him. You get yourself Poly. Unfortunately, with that Brad, it is still DR'd from the Fear from the Warrior. The Re killed me. Did it really? Yeah. Just need AFK and go to how fight the Paladin, just force it to use on my teammates. Yeah, exactly. That's about all you can do at that point. Honestly, Warrior versus Paladin itself. I mean, just watching Krager play against Paladins. Krager is an excellent warrior, but I mean, he struggles with him too. Wait, does Frozen Orb do anything anymore? Does Frozen Orb do stuff? Or not really? Because it used to have a shatter. Does it still benefit from shatter bonuses? Wait, Windle is just dead. Hold on, Windle. He just melded? Just to try to see if he can back up out of there. Hold on a second. Is Windle just dead? Not feeling the Paladin BS. I'm away duels. Well, we are going to be switching up to make sure each team has one Paladin. So if you still want to hang around, Blade, you're more than welcome to. More than welcome to. We'll be doing a switcheroo. They try to break the class stack. Well, we'll break it here. Because Rev is going to need a +1. So we'll send like Rodinson or Stony over to team Boris. Boris will send us a mage over. Probably Windeldorf. Just so we don't have too many like of the same class stack in one team. Yeah, we're going to do it for the next one. Frostbomb. Does Frostbomb do anything? Because it used to have a shatter bonus, but with the old shatter, where the enemy needs to be rooted or frozen. But for crits, it does a lot of damage. Did they change it? And it's going to be, unfortunately, Windle, I think, yeah, down for the count. Unfortunate. Rodinson got 4. What about Rosie? Yo, we can get you in. We got you. We got you, bud. We can get you in. Reverence, send me an invite. I'll take over the group, and we'll do some team shuffling. Get Rosie in one of these, please. 150 something, 158. See if Rev, get me in there, bud. I'ma get me in there, bud. I'm gonna do this. Thanks for the invite. Gotta go stop someone play. Okay. See White Teldra, appreciate you. Wait, did I not sign up? I did. Yeah, get me in there. We'll do the switcheroo with Boris with paladins and stuff. Gotta kill a board size. Yeah, for real. For real. Life started effing me again? Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Alrighty. Okay, so we need one paladin probably should go to the other team so we can not fast stack as much. Who wanna volunteer? Okay, they will be listed in LG under Molten Core. Beautiful. Perfect. We'll pick up Rosie. We'll need to pick up perfect. Stony is out. Rosie's in. Boris, Robin Q, wait for Stony first. Then can get more. I'm waiting for the mage. Windeldorf, if you want to join, you should join us. Send mage our way if you can, por favor. Favor. I can't spell favor. What the hell? iFox? Love the group. Oh, okay. Yo, Windledorf, if you want to join, it's listed under Max Ramus, but it's listed in LFG. I'll give you a minute. If not, we'll get like iFox. How did that sound? Yeah, wireless mouse versus wired. Bro, I can't do wireless. I have to do wired. I don't trust it. I trust the wire. I know it's like annoying, but I don't want my mouse just like randomly losing battery. Everything for me is wired. In late game, classes with immunities or rest in that case, laying hands always wins. Yeah, it's crazy, dude, how good laying hands is. I do think maybe they should reduce some effectiveness of laying hands, so dampening does kind of affect it, but like, you know, like maybe if they lay in hands to half health and tie dampening, that's kind of okay. Razor? Yeah, Razor Mice. Dude, Razor Mice gave me so much trouble over time. Stop making them Naga. Yeah, dude. Wait, they stopped making it as a wired? Dude, no shot. Hold on. Did Razor really discontinue Razor Naga as a wired? The whole wireless entirely? Bro, what is that? Why? Hey, how's it going? How you doing, Org? What the hell? I like your guild name. What? Yo, hold on a second. Razor actually trashed for that. What in the world? 100% wireless now. Bro. What were they thinking? I mean, look, the mice is something we're all used to, but goddamn. Bullshit? Same, man, same. Lockdown, let's go. I like it. Are you a Horonier? I like it, though. I like the whole green set. It's like what, TBC, if not Wrath, right? Probably TBC, I imagine. Okay, we still need one. Just one single 12-button side that you can't change. Dude, they used to be swappable, too. That's what BS, too. Razor literally has been... Oh, wait. Oh, okay. That's the Mog. I like it. That's a Legion set. I feel like if it's a Legion set, I'm going to enjoy it in most cases. I don't see a lot of people running with the feathers, but I like this one. It's like a Moonguard looking thing. I like this. Yo, I like the golden. I like the golden. Hell yeah. I like the gloves you got with it too. Okay, we still need a body then. I need a +1 and we good to go. I like the purple. It's a full set, right? I still like it. It's a good one. Yeah, it's a Molten Incarnate set, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I kind of like this red because it's not a robe. And for druids, like robes are so common, but this is just like pants. You know what I mean? And daggers to go with it. Yeah, muzzle full sets. I feel that. Some people are really finicky about not having full sets. Like they'll just be like only 3 pieces of a set and that's it. I like this. I feel like not a lot of people rock this color. I like this one a lot. Hell yeah. That's a good one. We need, who else can I invite, man? Oh wait, no, Abuse is a PvE guy. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, that's a good set. Yeah. Who else can I get in? Dude, Conan never responded to me. What the hell? It's like Pandare pieces and like shoulders from PvP. That's a good one, actually. I like that. Classic time? Yeah, it looks classic as hell. I know the chest piece is Mr. Pandaria, but it matches it pretty well, honestly. Because the shoulders have like a little bit of green. Man, were they all the warriors? I want a fair fight for once. True. True. Yeah, the more warriors, the better. The more warriors, the merrier. Chest and pants? Yeah, chest and pants are mop. That's true. Actually, you would think about it, that's a set. Rosie, you got any homies you want to invite for this? Because we do have a spot. We do have a spot. Unless like stone. Oh wait, there's 2 stones. Yo, it's another paladin. We're just gonna let him chill. Wait. Oh, hey Ty. Hey Ty, wanna join 5V5 Duels? We're back. We're back, man. Got 1 spot open. 12 spots open. Okay, we'll take Beast Smasher. Beast Smasher's friend. 1 spot. Okay, Arena for Moldem declined it, unfortunately. But that's okay. Here, let me get my hunter. Okay, we got Ty. We're good. We just need to get him in and we're good. Long time to see. What's up, Almighty? Been dealing with a rough past 6 to 8 months. I've been getting back on my feed seas. Bro, I've been dealing with some shit for the past 4 months. So honestly, you've been at it. You've been struggling for a while, my guy. I am glad you are here to tell me about it. Not gonna lie, I seriously hope all things are good. Seriously, honestly, I don't know what kind of struggle you're going through. I've been going through my own demons. So you know what? You're still here fighting your own demons. We're fighting them together, bud. You know what I mean? Let's keep fighting them. The bitter goddamn end. Hope you're doing good. Is a Larry Nick best for sub? It's good because you need a bit of haste. You need like 18% haste. So it's haste mastery and you do shatter damage, so it's really good. Is it biz? Likely. I can double check. I could double check though. Ty, invite. He's bringing Hunter. Watching Lyle listen to his music. Yeah, I got some good tunes, dude. I definitely get good tunes, do I? I have shit tunes, to be honest, dude. I do need to update. I did update this mix a little, but I feel like I've been listening to this mix every single week, every single duel. So maybe I'm just like, you know what? It's maybe losing luster for me, but I'm glad you guys enjoying it. I do have the mix as a separate playlist. If you need a playlist, I could pop it. Was that super geared? All good, man. All good, all good, all good. I'm just happy you're joining in. Speaking of geared, I gotta get geared myself this week. What in the world? Trippy. Yeah, Vermilius is on a server where people really take like really serious care of housing, and he's in this like trippy ass room, dude. What in the world? I'm gonna share with you, chat. He's like in here, dude. What is this room? It's like filled with blood. I think that's supposed to be filled with blood. It's crazy. A portal into the goddamn hells. What in the world? Doing good enough now. That is I just bought me a used truck to haul things like my firewood and stuff. That's awesome. Progress, man. You know what I mean? A little upgrade, a little pick me up in the most literal way possible. A little pick me up pickup truck. That's awesome, man. I'm happy to hear that. Hell yeah. Hell yes. Which I want that. Look at Galas and Dal. He's a decent royalty free music. I will. You send me a link to it on Discord. I'll be able to like look it up directly. Yeah, my guy back from the name, dude. Such a good name, bro. I like the mog too. Hold on, short and deadly immediately get hit by rapid fire. Do arms warriors do well? Yo, look at that. Rapid fire and the what is the sentinel? He's literally at 40% health in the opener. What do you do with that? They did end up nerfing the opener by marksman hunters recently, by the way. That would have been really tough to get the double tap into a aim shot double tap combo. That would have been absolutely wild. Does get a slow rapid fire yet again, short and deadly, landing the stun. Trinket immediately for dicking you. His name is so good. I can't say it without laughing every time, bro. His name is what's gonna happen to you. Short and deadly, better get out of there. He is in a position unless he can go for a stun. Unfortunately, he couldn't go for shockwave, freezing trap around the corner. Short and deadly just getting absolutely pelted. Just a little bit of pincer damage. What is that binding shot, Blizzard? What is that binding shot? Straight up stunning through a wall. Does get the big demolish though with a mortal strike. Unfortunately, he's gonna have to play behind the pillar. This is where Inu is gonna have to figure something out. Freezing trap, got himself rapid fire. Rapid fire though doesn't break a freezing trap. Blizzard. He's just literally got free damage. It might as well be a stun trap at this point. Oh wait, I'm probably giving him too many ideas, aren't I? Imagine if you just drop that down a trap. It's a stun, not a DR with other stuns. That would be kind of nuts. Freezing trap reflected it back into him. He is able to at least get a bit of damage. Does get himself Colossus Smash. Rapid fire does land the stun. You have the damage to follow up. Got himself the execute proc. There goes the double tap combo. Aim shot to follow. Got another double tap. What is it? Aim shot setup. Unfortunately, short and deadly ain't gonna be running out there in you. His name is so good, isn't it? First stage to catch up in healing. Deadly is gonna go for a bit of that second wind, unless he's got a dot on him. Binding shot, trying to see if he can avoid it. Is gonna have to get hit by it. Is gonna run at the hunter instead. I don't know if he's got a disarm or not. Not gonna run to freezing trap. No freezing traps waiting for you. Now he doesn't. Wait, that reflect lasted for quite a while. I honestly thought that was going to hit the warrior that time. Is going to be a turtle shell avoiding the stun. Inu knows he needs to be playing this super steady. That turtle shell, I think, was the right move. Unfortunately, will not have a freezing trap or a binding shot for a second, but maybe he could just go for slows. Does get that intimidation from a distance. and just try to see if you can reposition. What's up, Dan? What's up, Worthers? How you doing, my guy? I was about to rematch duels here, but you are a Shadow Priest, so I know you wouldn't have the time of your life there with that. I know you would be really dreading that one. Not gonna lie, I think you would be having not a good time. Who's hanging out here? Who's waddling out here? I like his whole mog there. Rapid fire around the corner. Binding shot does end up connecting. Good for short and deadly that it happened while he was behind the pillar. He is going to try to see if he can maybe save mobility, charges, gap closers until he can get himself a really good angle. Does go for the leap with the charge. That's going to be Inu with a stun. There goes the Stormbolt. I think actually was able to stop the stop a rapid fire. It is going to be Colossus fainted on the demolish. That is still going to be huge damage out of Inu. Deadly's actually taking so much damage. He's at 40% health, does pick up a little bit of healing. That was a Warlock Helston getting used since he does a Diabolical in his team. Both teams have a Warlock, by the way. So both will have a use of a Warlock Helston if they wanted. Inu looks like using his as well. Deadly tried to see if he can go behind the pillar. Backing out of there. 38% health. He's starting to get some passive recovery. Parry up, so he's just trying to see if he can make some work off of this. This is where Inu, if he does do damage, that is going to be still Dab with the sword, covering a lot of the damage. Inu, however, doesn't have too many defenses. Looks like maybe wall. That's a strong maybe. Freezing trap to start. Deadly. Deadly, no health. Aim shot, is that it? Oh, aim shot with an arcane shot is enough. 18% health, and he banners him. My God. That is so BM. Unfortunately, you are going up against the Pally immediately, and Inu, unless you got something big here. Warlock Hellstone, Chowman and Cookie. He thinks he's dead. He's not dead. Oh, he's dead. Yeah, I think he was just like, you know what? Let me assume the position on the floor. That's a good place to die. A warrior's death. Takes his last breath. Gone. War so bad? Come on, dude. Come on, he ain't no bad. This is war we're talking about, man. This is tank. This is short and deadly. This guy's been around back a while. Warrior is not, unless you mean like the warrior is, as a class, is not great. Then I would agree with you on that. Paladin shame. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, Pally came in just playing the game. That's not a shame on him. I wouldn't give Pally that much grief. At least not yet. Give it a second. Give it a minute. Beef tried to see if he can get the pressure rolling onto Stony. Stony will not have a bubble. He still has a Spell Warden, which is going to counter Frost DK damage completely. That is all Frost damage, so you will be able to immune it. Talking shit about me? I hope not, man. If he's talking about Warrior as a class in 1v1, they have it rough. If you talk about short and deadly as a player specifically, I tend to disagree. I stand by short and deadly. That boy's the homie. Silence on the Stony. Does go for Spell Warden. Beef just needs to use everything he can to live. Does have AMS. Death Pack was used. Healing through a Death Pack completely. He's just going for Death Strikes, which will pierce past Spell Warden. And actually Stony, unless you can wait out until Leon hits his back, Beast Smasher may not have the damage here. He just may not. Next go is going to be Leon Hands. However, if you combine the silence with it, that may be very, very bad for the Paladin. I don't know if Beef has first aid or anything like that. He's gonna have to be very, very careful here. Stun, Chain of Ice slowed Stony from a distance, and the line of sight, so that's so perfect. AMS, so he's not gonna eat any of those Dawn Lights with a full stun. So Leon Hands unfortunately goes through. You do have a silence now. Maybe you silence and then continue the pressure. Does group him in. That's going to be Hand of Freedom. Do you have anything to keep yourself up next to Stony? Try to stay on and blind for just a second. You used what's it called? Reaper's Mark, but you still have Pillar. You have Pillar. Wait, this man still has Pillar. This man still has Pillar. Stony, I would be a little worried. This man still has cooldowns. Blind, AMS. Can't stop it. Full burst. Stony, do you have enough survivability? Wake of Ashes needs to come out. Hodge, perfect in time. Stony, I think, doesn't have taken it. I was thinking this was going to be over. Unfortunately, AMS does end up not holding on for long enough. And good for Stony for not hodging there. Very, very good. Very good. Go Pally. What's up, Conan? How you doing, my man? I messaged you earlier. Where were you, bud? Where were you? We're missing you. Rosie is trying to see if you can give Stony a bit of the honor duel. Like the mount you got going here. We are at 8 minutes, by the way. Dampening is quite high, so Chills is probably not going to be the happiest camper of the jamboree. I was gonna say happiest camper of the camp, but that doesn't work. So I was like, utilizing my Boy Scout knowledge. What is the last big meeting we had in Boy Scout? Had a jamboree. Lasted about a week or two. That's where I got really good at archery. Got myself a golden ass arrow. Apparently I'm a marksmanship hunter IRL, boys. And also shot some guns. That was a fantastic time. Shooting bows, shooting guns. Fantastic. All the other activities was really bad. I just did not care about it at all. I just did not care. Rosie does get full bleeds on Stony. I think he's just gonna play slow and steady. Rosie, however, has a bubble, so Rosie Stony rather needs to get aggressive here. Stony needs to get aggressive, because even if Rosie starts to go turning around with an incarn, bubble is available. You can use it. Try to see if you can deny it. Rosie taking a bit of decent damage. It's gonna be blind. Stony trying to see if he can back up out of there. I feel like Stony needs to make every hammer hit, every Templar hit work there. I didn't really PvP till BFA. Fair. BFA was a pretty fun time for PvP, although it was a very much a PvE fiesta, right? You needed PvE dungeon or raid gear to be competitive in PvP. So that was not good for the game for obvious reasons. Rosie does get hit with a stun, does have a trinket. Bear, but a 44% dampening. You're not going to get a lot of healing. Wall is available. Incarn stun. Sony breaking out of that CC for a second. There goes the wall. Has the bite, and I think the bleeds are going to finish off the Paladino, though Chills immediately rushing over there as soon as possible, denying Rosie any kind of reset. Playing out Unholy this time. He is Unholy. Full army of a dead collapsed around him. Full stun. Rosie, there's nothing you can do there, unfortunately. Chills taking out the Feral. There's going to be Rodinson up next. That's going to be a tough matchup. Although you still have the army of undeads. If you, unfortunately, they are starting to fall apart little by little. The A-bomb is still in place. Some of the ghouls also falling apart. So Chills is going to have to use everything here, everything that's left in him in order to be able to take down Rodinson. Good thing with Rodinson, Blessing of Protection and Spell Warden are pretty much useless against Unholy, because you can Spell Warden shadow damage, but then all these undeads are just eating you up, physically chomping you down. You can go Blessing of Protection, and then coils are just going to eat up through your health bar too. So like, again, not ideal either. Bubble is the only bastion of defense you got. That and Lay on Hands. Chills just try to see if he can get away. Dawnlight is going to connect. Does have a bit of that death back, so he doesn't have a way to really heal himself. AMS very, very soon. Hodge does break out of it. AMS last second, picking up a little bit of damage, but immediate bubble, so Rodinson making sure he can secure a win. Chills trying to see if he can back up out of there. Maybe can get himself a death strike or two. Does go for a stun, picking up a little bit of healing, but a chain, you can't even chain of ice him anymore, can you? With that Hand of Freedom. The Death Knight is doing literally everything he can to live. There's only so much you can do. Full Wake of Ashes, Dawnlight, it's over. Rodinson committing a bubble just to kill Chill Pills was a bit diabolical. I'm not gonna lie. Speaking of diabolical, he's gonna be up next. But that was, yeah, that was like a big commit. He was like, you know what? I'm taking down the Death Knight no matter what. Probably not lasting against the next guy, but I'm taking down Death Knight no matter what happens. Crazy. That's why I'm so late. The change winter time. All good, man. All good. Yeah, dude, time zones and clocks are all weird. Because me and Boris are having to like coordinate stuff. Because I'm pretty sure his time clocks and my clocks are all super desynced. But yeah, I try to coordinate as best as I can. I should probably also message you next time. Yeah. Can't get a break? Yeah, it's all good. It's just a high dampener game, and the class you went up against is just an all-in class. Succubus catching Rodinson with the CC as he goes in for a Hodge. Kind of a trade between the two. Dia actually is Affliction this time. Interesting. I want to see how this works out. You're just going to be able to rot down Rodinson? He's taking a bit of damage. Shadow bolts are flying. He got instant cast of those. Immediate wall with Dark Pact. Rodinson tried to see. Does he get immune? No, he didn't immune. There goes the immune now. Board out for Dia. I don't know if he's got a gateway or not. Maybe gateway? He does have a gateway set up. Trinket out right after. That immunity to magic damage is super short-lived though. He does have the dots. Does have the Nephilizim on the side. I don't even know what that guy's doing. It's just aura farming. Hold on. What do you even do? You just stand there? He stands there, flexes, he specs, and disappears for a bit. Cool. Thank you, Nephilizim. Very cool. Thank you, Mr. Dreadlord. Very nice. Like, what? It's going to be Dia. Unfortunately, try to see if you can just keep the dots. Unless you can get the UA stacks onto Rodimus, it's going to be really tough for him to really ramp up damage. Mordical, Rodinson, call it Rodimus for some reason. Try to see if you can avoid it. There goes the UA. So maybe, possibly, he'll be able to melt him little by little. He's taking a bit of the shadow damage. Slowly but surely. Succubus is keeping him a little bit of company back there, but like the doubt damage, unless he can stack up a bunch of ways, he'll be in a really tough spot. Does go for Reflect in case there's a Hodge, making sure there's no CC on him. There goes a Gateway in case there's going to be a stun. Hunt to follow off the second ECC. You ways to get it set up. Unfortunately, Robinson takes a bit of that dot damage, but doesn't take it too much. He is still melting. He is still hurting behind the pillar. Although it looks like he's able to barely keep himself alive. Not a Affliction Warlock buff can knock him soon enough, though. At 70% dampening, Robinson, like with the dots, he's still just fine. He's still doing okay. Unfortunately, is going to be a bit of that, what is it? A Wake of Ashes out for Robinson. Able to get himself a bit of that healing. Majao just needs himself like a nice setup. Couple of shatters, couple of flurries. Maybe get a big old ray of frost onto Robinson. He's trying to see if he can avoid the CC blind onto Majao. Majao does try to see if he can set something set up. Frost interrupted. Does go for a blink. It's a glacial spike. Maybe it'll be enough. Does get a ray of frost. Hold on. Robinson buffers it. Majao maybe just block it. Yeah, just blocks it. Can't blame you. Cannot blame you whatsoever. As Robinson got himself a hand of freedom, looking to get himself a little bit of heal. Majao with the stun does go for a blink. Maybe get himself a bit of a setup. Possibly. Or not. Or Robinson takes it and Rev didn't get a chance to play. Wait, Robinson picked up 3? This Robinson guy, dude. What in the world? Let's get another one going. Rev and Boris, let me know if you guys' teams are good to go, and we'll send it again. If you do need bodies, I think Conan is around now. Right? I didn't like half dots. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. I think that's a little. I was like, the dots are there. They're doing something. And then I looked at the dampening being 66%. I was like, a little rough. Check out the video that we posted. I keep saying we. It's just me running the channel. But check out the video I posted earlier today, like 2 hours ago. It's a red paladin on EU, just downloading himself and just maintaining himself. It is the paladin problem is getting out of control. Pretty sure that's what I titled it, or something along those lines. It's crazy. Really wish Arms had an non-AoE Colossus Matter so I could have 30% damage. Dude, I don't know why they changed it. I think they, yeah, I agree with you on that. I think there should have been an option. Or like, you know what? Or, you know, add a talent that makes Colossus Matter do 30% more damage to priority target. Keep it AoE, but give a single target value. Make it a talent somewhere in a talent tree. But WL gave him a free pet heal full. Or like gave him the pet to heal full. Was it? Did it give that much healing off of the pet? Because the mana is a problem of some time. Are we good, Boris? We're ready. Let's do a slightly bigger arena. The only one I can think of is Tigers, right? Tigers Peak. That's like a slightly bigger one. I don't want to put you guys in a small room again. I think it'll be good for all these casters to get a bit of a running around space. This one does have some unfortunate line of sight. Had to head out. Yo, thank you so much for coming by, Stony. Appreciate you. Hope you enjoyed the duels. You are always welcome to join us at any time, by the way. Have a great weekend. You too, bud. You too. I already got plans for the weekend, which is mostly just stay in bed. After this, I'm probably just gonna eat dinner, upload a clip for tomorrow, or a video I have planned for tomorrow. I get the title, I get the tags, I got all that. I'm probably just gonna go to bed, dude. I'm gonna go to bed and watch anime. That's all I'm gonna do and fall asleep early. Last night I stayed up maybe a little too late. Maybe that's why I'm feeling a little off today. But I'm having fun. I'm having a good time. And then tomorrow I'm gonna get my caps and all that things out of the way and spam more time walkings. Yo, Sally! I hope you're doing good, bud. I'll go last. I melee can fight me. Yeah, I'd say roll in you. I feel like you're fine. I feel like you're okay, man. The Twitch. I feel like you're fine. Sounds like a plan. It really is, dude. It really is. I used to go to bed at like 8 p.m. for a good bit, just trying to like get my shit together, and that was nice, dude. It was so relaxing. Beef Smasher is gonna be first up. Is it Beef's Masher? Like mashing the beefs? Or is it Beef Smasher? Because like either one could work actually. Gonna be Daya, unfortunately hit with a blind as he goes in for the gate. Sakim is getting out of it. Trinkets immediately. Darkpack keeping him alive. Silence to follow. I don't think he can port, right? Does get cleaved. It's gonna be a grip. Unfortunately, the grip was in the wrong spot. Oh my god. Oh, the port was in the wrong spot. Just out there to get grip. Bolt one with a wall. Does go for another port. Is that the racial? Is that, I think it was the racial that time. Or maybe the first one was the racial, second time with the port. I'm not even sure. Beef's trying to see if he get an angle. Dude, the high mountain torrent charge. Gets him closer. Yet another port. Daya 30% health. I don't know what you can do, dude. He's just getting yo-yoed around. Oh my. Unfortunate setup there. If they didn't get hit by that second grip when you went over towards the portal, I think it would have been fine. That was so rough, dude. Frost DK is actually scary. But Short and Deadly trying to go for the big demolish setup with a mortal strike. Beef has a full bar of runic power, is gonna have to start spamming that heal. He actually goes for the death back super early, actually, with the disarm. He needs to just run away. Yeah, does a full parry, run away. As long as you put a dot onto Short and Deadly, like put a disease on him, cough on him for a second, right? Make sure he catches something debilitating from your... I mean, imagine Frost Fever is a disease, right? Just cough in the direction, you'll be fine. As long as Short Deadly taking some sort of damage to his health bar, he'll be fine. Beef Smasher? Okay. I like Beef Smasher too. Mashing the beefs. I like that too. Honestly, I don't hate that either. Yeah. Enjoy Midnight? I am, Sally. I am. So far, so fun. Got 4 mythic bosses out of the way. Got capped. Need to get through K. Probably will do it tomorrow or day after. And also gonna cap my conquest this week. Howling Blast has been a sneeze this whole time. It really is, dude. It really is. When you think about it, in the way that it spreads, it's just like an AoE cleave sneeze. Oh, Beef! I actually was just having a side tangent with Jake. I didn't think Beef was gonna live that. But Chow just speared him. He's like, what happened? Beef though, pulling it off, baby. You gotta love it. He just sees a warrior and he got him in his sights. Just gonna keep mashing damage. Just smashing the beef, man. Smashing the beef. Robinson is going to be up next with a Ray of Frost out from Majawa, who's getting himself a bit of that, what's it called? A bit of that rematch here. Got himself a blink. Gracious Spike to follow him. Majawa's going to have to do a lot here to make sure that Robinson goes down. Does go for the Ray of Frost. Is going to be an interrupt. Does not go for a kick there, unfortunately. Warrior sucks at duels. It isn't in a great spot. I will agree. Maybe with his bleed buff they're going to do, but like it's definitely in a rough spot. Tank, I do agree with you on that. I do agree with you. It is in a bit of a atrocious spot. But alright, the wait till it get better. Yeah, Warrior's in a rough spot. Kragar was able to kill 2 pallies, but like it was the toughest match of his life. He had to make sure to line that perfect like spell reflect. It is not easy. Have to fight through it. Pretty much, dude. You just have to just fight through it. Unfortunately, Warriors do not have it easy in 1v1s. Which, like, I feel like they weren't great in 1v1s in the last expansion, so it's like, come on, when is the Warrior time to shine? Can't wait to play my Monk. Yeah, Monk's in such a good spot. They keep having to nerf their burst, which I'm not surprised by Blizz. Is Majawa going to be okay? He's actually taking so much passive damage here. Does go for a poly. Shrinking out for Rodinson. There goes the second block, so he won't have anything more here. Rodinson has himself in a perfectly good spot. Majawa, unfortunately, since they took away the block, healing, he can't even really recover a lot of health. All he can do is alter damage and shield himself, and then Kite gets super far away. That's about all he's got. Rodinson got himself a good angles though, able to get himself that movement. There it goes. Yeah, for Majawa, I think until he can get some cooldowns back, he's in a bit of a tight spot. I don't know if he has an ultra. It looked like he pressed ultra, but I'm not 100% if he did. Glacial Spike is out, does get some damage. Frozen Orb is in play, but unfortunately, yeah, Rodinson got a lot. With Shilpa's gripping him back immediately in. There goes immediate to Rodinson. Just wants to make sure he lives the burst of a Frosty DK. He's going to yoink it back in as soon as the immunity falls off. Silence, bubble immediately. So Shilpa's got a lot of cooldowns out there in such a short window. He just needs to wait. He's going to have to wait until next Pillar of Frost, next big combo. 27 seconds until that is in, but the side still does end up doing a number onto Rodinson, who's got himself a full heal. That double down light, he's going to maintain himself the entire time. Double down light, it is going to be a-okay. He's going to be able to recover just fine. Chill's actually starting to take a little bit of damage to his health bar. He's still got a lot of defensive cooldowns to work with. He's still got stuff he can play, just in a bit of a rough spot. Rodinson, though, does not have an answer. I keep switching to the wrong person. I'm so sorry. I keep giving you guys whiplash. I'm making my own neck hurt. Is going to be maybe a bit of damage for Chills. Does have some burst. Not the biggest burst, but does have something to work with. Silence now is back up and available. Try to see if you can maybe make that silence work. The Reaper Scythe. One more hit. Rodinson with a lay on hands. Chills does have a death pack. Unfortunately, Rodinson lived through all the damage and lay on hands in the last second. The Chills was able to get all resets out of the Paladino. Lay, Spell Warden, Bubble. So that is quite a lot. And Steppa. Last one? Last one, unfortunately. What's up, Kill? Hope you're having a good one. Steppa is going to be the last one. Pallies are actually very susceptible to Demon Hunters. He's going to go for a leap. I was thinking Steppa was going to go for a... I didn't think he was going to go for the leap far away, actually. I was thinking he was going to stay on him. into a quicker prison. Do you have a follow-up? Does have a big hunt. Is he Eldraki or is he the other builder? He is Eldraki. I'm seeing some of those purple slashes and chaos things falling from the sky. That is Eldraki. That is some Eldraki action here. Let's try to keep the pressure on him as best as possible. Demon Hunters do have survivability to live with Pally, by the way. They definitely do. Unfortunately, no trinket. He can still recover. Wake of Ashes is going to be some of those downlights. Rodinson is committing full damage onto Stepa. But look at Stepa. They don't actually take that much passive magic damage. Like, Demon Hunters can't die in a stun, but like magic damage, they're actually quite resilient against it. He's taking some of the downlight, but his health bar isn't melting. He's not regaining a lot of health. It's just not melting. He's able to go for a little bit of leech healing too if he can ever get the angle onto Rodinson, who's trying to stay ahead of him as best as possible. While you have Meta active, you do a lot of healing, and as long as you're able to go for those like soul cleaves, you should be able to at least recover. Full stun, Wake of Ashes, Step is going to take some damage again. Not going to feel great at all. Dust of Darkness, Blur. Wait a second. Oh, why? How many did Rodinson get there? 3. Damn. Well done, well done. Well done, well done. Alrighty, let's get us another one going, boys. Onomas, yeah? Reverence and Boris, let me know when you guys are good. I don't know why I keep drawing blanks. Tired. Brain not working. Yeah, I'm a little tilted. It was a at 1600 BG Blitz a few days ago, and now I'm at 1100 because I kept getting matches against pre-mades. Do pre-mades happen in BG Blitz? Wait, you can go down to 1100 in BG Blitz? Huh. No one wants to duel a red at the ATP? Lol. All good. Maybe we should have Rip Pally go last, maybe? I don't really know. I like to play at least one more once tonight. I want to play first game and I haven't played since. Yeah, I feel you. The Rip Pally, man. I guess he got like really good roles to get played. You could actually, wait, how many games did you play back to back to go down to 1100? I thought you couldn't go below like... Yeah, I guess I never really done that. Yeah, usually what happens with me with BG Blitz, which I haven't played that much this season really. Queues have been really low. But normally it's like you get a couple of wins and then it spikes you on MMR, which is what happened to Reverence, by the way. It spikes you on MMR to 3100 and then you could only play at 3 in the morning and you could only get like 2 matches with players of that bracket this early in the season. I am dreading with that going on. Beat them up like children? Jesus, yeah, that's one way to put it. Red going last doesn't change anything. They win 95% of the specs into damp. You're probably right. But yeah, probably are correct. So Boris, we're looking for more. Also Rev, do we have 5 or how we're looking? How we're looking, bud? How we're looking, friend? 3.3k MMR Blitz. I literally can't. Bro, that's what happened to me in War Within. Season 1 of War Within, I decided, oh, I'm gonna start playing some BG Blitz. At the end of the season, I was like, this is fun, but the game stuck me in super giga high MMR and I got like no CR per game. But like, it was the end of season 1, so like the games are happening. I'm just like climbing 10 points at a time at 3500 MMR. Kinda annoying, but whatever. I got my 2400 in solos, but I don't think I got to like anything higher than 1600. I mean, so many games just to get to 1600. Bro, I was just grinding. I was like, you know what? I'll wait till season 2. Season 2 comes around. I queue my first game. The game places me at 3100 immediately. I'm like, this is a joke, right? Right? No, it places me at 2800. Or it's 26. And I get a couple of games, and then it shoots me to 31. I'm like, I can't play now. And then what, 3 in the morning, everybody that is at that MMR queues, I'm like, okay, now I can finally play. I'm literally forced to play with rank 1 players and I have like 800 CR. And I'm like, Jesus, I feel embarrassed, but at least those guys all have good attitude and they're giving me tips on how to play better. And I'm like, thank you for being nice. I just want to play. I don't know why I'm playing with rank 1 players at the start of a season 2, but I am. Sorry. I'm on at 3 in the morning playing with you boys because I'm trying to get my CR. Finally, eventually, climbed to what 2400 in solo BG's Blitz, but it was a nightmare. Same thing happened season 3. I'm like, Jesus. I feel like I got to know those guys so well, dude. Me and Omnivore had a game together or in an opposite team pretty much every match for such a long while. I feel like me and the dude are like brothers at this point to some degree. Enough blood has been shed in the BG floor that we're probably related at this point to a degree. We got 5. Cool. Rev. We just did +1. Just uno mas and it'll be good to go. 17-4 in BG Blitz. Bro, you get a couple of wins and that's it. The game just shoots you on MMR for some reason. It overinflates it. And I don't know why Blizzard doesn't fix it. Just fix it, Blizzard. It doesn't need to go up that fast. Just don't have it go that quick, that fast, please. Slow it down a little, at least at the start of the season. Put a cap on it, right? Like, read the room. They have more defenses and more specs in the game doom. Pallies, I wonder if Blizzard will do something about it. As long as 4, someone hero track items at 240 somehow. Huh? Are you in a time walking with the item level scaled down? 7 hero track items at 240. Is that even an item level for hero track? Huh? Jake, minimum was 259. How? No, I'm like 240 equipped with someone hero track. Oh, I thought you meant like in the slot. You look at the actual slot and it's like hero track and 240. Never mind. You scuffed in gear. I read it wrong, I guess. Might be. We've done a small arena. Let's do another one. Well, no, we've done a big arena. Let's do something in the middle. Not gonna stick you guys in like a... Not gonna stick you guys like in a padded room yet. 18 to 100 MMO per win. Bro, they gotta cap it. Yeah, 36 per win. They just got a hard cap. They gotta cap that MMR. At the start of the season, cap it. When it's inflated, fine. But at the start, please cap it. Please, Blizzard. You know what they should do? Reduce it. Go take everybody who shot up super fast and just like knock it down 1,000 points. Playable. You can actually get Qs. Daggers are breaking like every delve. I did notice it. Yeah, daggers on rogues do break quick. I think it's because we attack fast, so they get a lot of use out of them. Daggers break quick. It's actually stupid. Literally the one weapon that breaks the fastest, I think. Unless you're just dying a lot. Plus 11 times? That is rough. That is crazy. I mean, Paladin does have more defenses than a mage, and that's how you think, no, they're broken. Remember when mages used to be unkillable with a giga shield, triple shield, and they healed when they took damage to shields? I remember. Which was that? BFA? Shadowlands? What are those two? I remember. I think it was Shadowlands with triple shields. What do we got? We got ourselves Beef. We got ourselves Inu. We got ourselves Rev. Rev, please roll high. No, Rodison rolled. Okay, team 1, you guys are gonna have to do everything to band together to take down Rodison. This man has had a clean record of duels so far. Wait, whoa, which one is fighting? Is it Rev or is it Rodison? You guys might want to back up. Conan, stop. Hold on, we're stopping. We're trying to figure it out. Thank goodness. We're trying to figure it out. Is it Rev? Rev is just like, that does not look happy. He's like, what is going on? Good clone, by the way. Great clone. Even Conan is like trying to figure out, wait, what's happening, boys? Okay, we're back up out of it. Can somebody get, yeah, you got mage food. They got mage food, second wind. While we figure it out, I almost feel like Rev and Rodinson should duel each other for like the spot who gets to fight first at this point. Is it Rev? It looks like it might be Rev. Rev is rushing out like it's him. Is it supposed to be Rodinson? Because Rodinson still looks like he's kind of prepped and ready. Lost the D's. Do you want to go... Did you lose the D's? You lost a trinket. Yeah, that is unfortunate. You want to go second? Like, whoever's supposed to go second can go first, and you can go after, so you can recover cooldowns. That would be a way to fix that, right? I would allow it. Sakumi CC does go for the leap. That's stun on the leap, Blizzard. What is that? That's such a delayed stun. Kodo tried to see if he could waddle out of it. Does end up waddling out of it. Whirlwind, huh? I'm saying Whirlwind in a hot second as an ability. It is going to be Chaos Bolts. Conan just trying to see if he can tank dub the damage. Uh-oh, what's going on? Is it DC'd? Oh, we're starting off strong today, huh? Wait. Is he trying to talk to the team? Does he like the idea of him going second? Hey, can somebody go instead of me? If you do it, switch quick. Or just play it out. I'm not even sure. Rev is giving you a second for a breather. What are we doing? How are we handling this? I'm trying to figure something out. Hold on. Rev is being super like accommodating. Okay, I think it is going to be Conan, right? wait. Okay. Now, do we have it figured out? Do we? Okay. We'll see. Somebody's gotta go, man. Someone's gotta go, dude. Someone's gotta go. Rev is giving him a second. I can't stop walking. Oh, you stuck in waddle speed? Okay, now you're good. Okay. I think might have hit this walk here or something. There's gonna be a trinket. Conan does get hit with a mortal call. Was this just a ruse? You get a reset? Like, wait, he's got cooldowns? Can I get a reset, guys? Nah, I'm good. Hold on. Now that I got a reset, I'm good, boys. I got my trinket. Now we're hanging in. Rev is gonna have to deal with the with the Blaze Storm. Try to go with looks for a fear, maybe not a fear. But he's gonna end up backing up out of that. No, he's not a fear if he's mortal coil. Soulfire into a stun. Conan unfortunately won't be able to do anything about it. Cares about Bonds of Fel. Haven't seen a good Bonds of Fel in a hot second. It looks like it does deal some hot second worth of damage. It is going to be a reflect down for Conan. Not really sure where he reflected back to Rev, but Rev got himself plenty of movement, got himself the haze buff. Is he able to insta cast? Is he going for Shadow Burns? Is he low enough? I think he's in 30%, so I think Shadow Burn angle here, right? As long as he has the resources. Sakuma CC, landing a bolt. Sack a bolt. Do you have a Shadow Burn? I feel like a Shadow Burn would be better, right? Does he have it? Burns are coming through and Rev is able to execute him down. You gotta kind of love how much mobility a Desert Warlock gets when somebody is low. Like, you just run around Shadow Burn every global. It's kind of crazy good. iFox is gonna be up next. Survival Hunter got himself the axes in each hand. I do like the Rexar look he's got going on there. Double the weapon, double the power. Aren't they making the dual wield build better in the next patch, or is it going to be weaker? I can't tell. It's going to be a mortal coil sent with the fear of that CC Soulfire from afar. Does do a lot of damage, dude. The Soulfire, I feel like if it crits, it's like the other guy is dead. Pretty much. It's going to be iFox trying to pick up a little bit of self-healing. He got a bit of that ranged image with grenades and kill commands around the corner. Maybe you can go for the eagle from afar to deal a bit of that mortal strike damage. Does have a way to at least dot him from afar. Oh, wait, how do you dot people nowadays? Do you still have an ability to dot people with Serpent? Or is that a kill command proc thing? That seems kind of new. It seems... I don't remember them having just a normal Serpent sting. Not anymore. Sakuma CC Bonds of Fel. If iFox can't walk out of it, he's going to be in a rough spot. Turtle doesn't, giving him a bit of survivability. It's a wall turtle, not a big old turtle. But a 4% health. He's just one Shadow Bird away. Even Sakuma can just get him barely freezing. Does he get himself a reset? Drain. Wait, Rev took a lot of damage too, actually. Hold on a second. Both got so low for a moment there. Reveille's got a way to get himself a little bit of resources. 15% health available for iFox. He does have a Exil very soon. Shadowburn 1, Feign Death, not just dead, not dead yet. This is going to be a bear. Maybe it'll be enough. Does get Exil with a bear. Maybe the bear will add enough damage, actually. Bear hurts a lot. He's got a bleed and some decent damage overall. So far from a distance, it is going to connect Mortal Coil. I think it is Bolt. I think it's over. Rev picking up 2 with Short and Deadly up next with the Warrior charging in. He's going to try to see if he can port him out. Fury Warrior this time around. I feel like that should not have ported him. I feel like that should have been okay. Spear unfortunately doesn't connect. Rev, do you have a gateway? Does Rev? Rev does have a gateway. I can't talk for some reason. Trying to make sure he doesn't get disrupted. That's going to be a lot of damage taken to the face though. 50% health. The Short and Deadly back up out of there completely. He is behind the pillar. For Rev, he needs a bit of healing. He needs 10 seconds on a Warlock Hellstone, 10 seconds on a Mortal Coil. Maybe that'll give him something to work with, but he's in a rough spot, man. GG, Hunter. GG, man. Hunters can't really do much there. Does get a Warlock Hellstone, so at least it's some recovery. Reflect. Mortal Coil doesn't pop it. Does take down Succubus. Succubus is dead. Trying up to summon up Syed going for Succubus CC. Ah, that's down. Rev, I don't know if you got another gateway. It is going to be big Soulfire with a Haze buff. Fear does eat away at Short and Deadly's health bar. Port is available. Do you have a gate? Where does it? Okay, gateway is in the middle of the floor. Over the floor. Got it. Got it. Rev got himself a bit of shields. There goes the gate. Do you have a second one? There's going to be a bolt. Trying to make sure he can not get interrupted on a bolt. Succubus catching him. Bolt, Shadow Fury, is it going to be enough? And he's going to follow up. Yet another bolt in that execute range. This is a couple of birds. This is where Short and Deadly needs whatever healing he can muster. Even if you start healing off of the pet, Bloodthirst spam is going to be huge. Rev does have a wall in case he needs to. Mortal Coil is available. Reflect the Mortal Coil back on himself. This is huge for Short and Deadly. Got Avatar, full stun, walls available. Succubus trying to catch him around the corner. Does end up catching it. Bonds of Fel. He's got a primer. Maybe you can get some more damage. Bonzafel doing a little bit. Unfortunately, Rev does fall with those executes coming through for Short and Deadly. Able to land the kill that he is looking for. Well done for the both of them, man. Shadowburns are very, very deadly. Looks like Robinson is going to be up next up. It was just inevitability. It was just a matter of time. Does Azeroth Surge you do anything for PvP? Have you ever like been just silenced, locked out, can't do anything? You're like rooted, the other guy is also stunned, barely far away. You're like, all right, let's power up the Azeroth. Empowerment, land a kill. I think that'd be such a hilarious way to just like get someone low at 1 health and then just hit him with one of those. It's like old school, like rogues would like stun somebody at their at 1 health and then you throw a dagger as a finishing move. The big BM, the big throw execute. It was so funny. Handful of times you could do that as a rogue, but you did it when you caught it. That and landing steps off of like Blade's Edge and stuff, that was always fun. It's going to be a trinket out of for Short and Deadly. He has a spear. Robinson cannot go anywhere. He has a shield of Endance, but it looks like Short and Deadly backing up away from it. He does have big defenses in case he ever needs to. He's taken so much of that rotting damage from the Dawn Light, and I think he's just trying to see if he can wait out the Dawn, right? Waiting out the Dawn is all he can do in this situation. I feel like you maybe should have just maybe stayed in, just hammer damage. I know it's a shield of Endance. It is very, very spooky, but it just sucks to have Avatar and Wreck all going into Shield of Endance, and then you just can't really do much with it. It looks like potentially it's a kill by the Paladino. 2%, 1%. I think it's an execute range. Yep, Short and Deadly does escape into execute. Unfortunately, unless he can land the kill into Radimus or Rodinson. I keep calling Radimus for some reason. He's not going to be able to take him. Stappa up next with Majao on standby. Did you hear that, Mr. Smith? That's the sound of inevitability. Is that supposed to be inevitability? I know I messed up the word inevitability myself, but yeah. Blind with a reflex or sigil of misery. Trade. Stappa does have full meta. No, not full metamorphosis, but he should be able to get him some decent bit of leech healing. 48% dampening, but he's still, as long as he's got mobility and staying on top of Rodinson, he should be able to heal at least quite a decent bit. I'm waiting for a minute. Yo, hopefully the Warrior buffs are looking kind of sort of decent, Blades. Hopefully they look kind of sort of okay. You know what I mean? Like the bleed damage. Maybe that'll be kind of good. Possibly. Potentially. Just bleed people down. Literally a feral druid with the two-handed. I wrote in Spanglish. Oh, good, oh, good. And that's going to be, unfortunately, the Death Knight Demon Hunter. Getting the classes wrong. Going down with Majao up next. As a mage so far, he's gotten Rodinson low, but hasn't really been able to seal the deal just yet. Has gotten him kind of low, but maybe he's going to have to still go through Spell Warden, Lay on Hands, and Bubble, I think. So it's going to be a little bit tough. 52% dampening, so at least his shield is going to kind of help him out. Is Blizzard doing enough damage? Kind of. I actually think if you save your Frozen Orb for when he goes behind the pillar and then just Frozen Orb him there, that may do a lot, actually. Because he won't be able to stay back there at all. He's got Shield of Endance. Try to see if he can close the gap here. Cut across. Is it going to be Ring of Frost? Oh, maybe not. No, never completed a full thing. You got Frozen Orb. Blizzard? Yeah, if he goes behind the pillar and you Blizzard him down and he doesn't go anywhere, then Frozen Orb. I think that would do a ton. Bubble. Rodinson just rotating through immunities. Does get Majao to use his as well. So for Rodinson, he's doing okay, actually. That's a really aggressive use of immunes, though. So maybe he's just hoping he can get that hypothermia out of Majao and just pressure him with that. Alter is up so he gets some healing out of this, but not a lot. Hodge, I don't know, there's going to be a Rev. Does come back with 30% health. Rodinson also kind of low on health, but I think he's playing until a Lay on Hands. It looks like that's exactly what he's doing. If there was no Lay on Hands, I think that would have been a kill, but apparently not. Man, that is rough, unfortunately. Well, let's see if we can get another one, if you still got groups, or if you're done. Either way, I'm having fun with these duels. Otherwise, as my dyslexia, oh good, dude. I should have think I have a little bit of dyslexia myself. Never got officially like confirmed by a doctor. I mean, when a doctor checked me out when I was like a kid or whatever, right? Physicals and all that. No ADD, no ADHD, no dyslexia, none of those things. I think it just had the case of stupid. Clumsy as hell. Unfortunately, that isn't a syndrome of any kind. GG, have a good duel. Thanks for coming by, my guy. I forgot a Bladed Token Gear was decent PvE item level. It's okay. Not amazing. It's alright. It's a good starter. It's an okay starter. Thank you, Paladin. We're trying to tell him. Is he angry? Hopefully not. He plays a dwarf, so I imagine he'll be very, very jolly. Yo, what is this house? He straight up got a lore master. I don't know how to say the name. Is it Chi? Ki? I know the Q's are a little bit different if you are trying to use like the Chinese pronunciation. I want to say Ki, but I can't tell. That looks sick though. It's like a full-on dojo. That looks awesome actually. Well done. Literally took everything that's Pandaria type of and Belemeth, looks like Belemeth wood and stuff. But basically Pandaria things. Lore master, Ki's very fitting. How do you say that name? Is it Ki? Is it Chi? Because I know in Chinese like some of the letters are weird. Like Zuwen, like the A, the X, apparently pronounced sometimes as SH. Or you can pronounce it as ZH, but it's sometimes pronounced as SH. Like Zuwen, Shuwen, Xing Chi, but it has an X in there. Chi. Okay, cool. Cool. So Lord Master Chi. Got it. Neat. My bat game is 10 out of 10. Yo, send me the bat game, bro. Send me the bat game. I want to see. How we doing, Rev? We still got 5? Also, Boris, do we still got 5? How are we looking? Do we have enough for one more, or are we done? Because I had fun with the NA duels. These have been enjoyable. Can I join Gallon line? Yeah, if you got spots. We'll get you in. Let me double check with Rev and Boris if we got groups. 4 out of 5. Boris does have a spot. If you find them over in the check out the Raids Legacy section if you are on the region of NA. And you can find the group under Molten Core. How's Rev looking? We got 5. Beautiful. So we just need 1 and we'll get like 1 more for the night. And that'll work, and then I'll go get dinner because it is. I am streaming late today. I am streaming around 8. Oh, I also forgot I have a D&D thing tomorrow. Although, or do I? Or do I? I'll see how it goes. But like those, I'm not sure I'll come next because there's no point in fighting reds. I feel ya. Yeah, Boris and chat, boys, we're not gonna do it for this week's duels, but next week. Planning to do a ban on rets next week for NA only. How does that sound? What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that? Ban on rets next week. No, you're good, man. You're good, Blades. Don't apologize for that. Just be yourself, man. Don't apologize for shit. You're fine. Please, I'm thinking we ban reds next week. Not that I hate reds, it's just in 1v1 they have an advantage over other classes in 1v1s. You know what I mean? I've been summoned immediately, dude. Immediately, Atho. I think I speak for everyone else. Ban them. Okay, yeah, we'll ban reds tomorrow, or for next week on NA. You could do reds 2v1? Yeah, probably. You could do jump 2 people 1v1 on a red, and the red will still win, but at least it'll be a more fair match. You know what I mean? We'll do a Rook because I like that map. I don't see it. They filled it, unfortunately. They filled. Lurk at you said it. Atho. I love Atho. Atho would be the one red I'd let him play just because it's Atho. Just because it's Atho. But yeah, no, next week I think for NA we'll just ban red. Bring whatever class you want, anything that isn't a red paladin, everybody's welcome but reds. Just because in 1v1s they seem to have an advantage. And look, it's not a problem with red. Look, it's fine if you want to play red, perfectly cool. Only red's banned, then I join prot. Yeah, honestly. No, it's only for NA, Atho, only for NA. But yeah, no, if you want to go red or prot next week, I'd let you play prot. I'd let you play prot. I've seen you do some shenanigans with prot. I'd let you play prot. One game is prot. But why? How do they have advantage? Justice. I mean, look, do I need to go into it? Do I really have to go into it? Chat, everybody in chat, name what advantage the reds have over every other class that makes them explicitly good for 1v1. What advantage? Go. Just post one. Just type one in. Type one in. Do it for me. Do it for me. Do I need to say anything? Which? Do I need to say anything? Bros, you're gonna be first up. First up. It looks like Steppa. Not jumping him immediately. Not jumping him immediately. He's just out here chilling. Just out here chilling, landing a full stun in the opener though. He's going to be in cap immediately, or in prison. I call it in cap because it's an incapacitation effect. I noticed other people also call it in cap, like paralysis by monks. A number of people I know also call it in cap. Although some people have no idea what in cap means because they're like, what the hell is an in cap? Incapacitating roar? Not really, but you know, yeah, you know. But I call it in cap all the time. Steppa, try to see if you can just get around Rosie. Doug going for backflip, unfortunately was not able to backflip and maim, so that's gonna allow Rosie to go for a full go with an incarnation. Is that gonna be a re-stealth stun with a prowl? No, it's not actually. It isn't. He's just gonna back up out of it completely. I like this meerkat, ferret, meerkat. I think it's a ferret. Travel form. Steppa, as long as he can catch up to Rosie, he won't be taking too much damage. He'll be able to recover quite a lot of health. I-beam, dude, look at that leech healing. He can heal so much. As long as he can just hit Rosie, he's fine. Rosie's gonna have to go for the bleed and root strategy, I think. Dot and rot. Try to go for a stun, but unfortunately it's a backflip with a full on connect on Rosie. Rosie taking a little bit of damage, not that much. Steppa, the bleeds are hurting. Needs a metamorphosis immediately. Needs to peel as many souls, as many layers of souls off Rosie. More soul fragments, but a maim I think seals the deal. Yeah, that's rough. As a demon hunter, you really have to, like, if you want to play survivability, you really have to use meta as a self-heal ability, basically. As a basically self-heal. It's crazy. Thank you, by the way, chat, for doing the job for me. Thank you for doing it for me. I don't have to, Justice, read the chat, read it in a week, man. I don't need to go and explaining nothing. If at this point you're like, if at this point you don't really see any kind of shenanigans with Rets, then let's have a nice day. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It's like look at the feral druids with a Necrolord shield back at Shadowlands, right? Or sub rogues of Shadowlands Season 1 specifically when they had the 2-button one-shot. You know, crit, dead. You couldn't even do anything. Yeah, like there's always been like some phase where a class was like incredibly saying they broke it for 1v1 in particular, and we banned them. So yeah, that may be happening next week, just for the sake of creating an even playing field for everybody else. Rosie taking a lot of damage out by Fox. Fox leaping in, does go for a full proper stun. Got himself a lot of damage. She's just chopping up the Feral Druid. Feral looking for a bit of healing behind the pillar. Regros fortunately do quite a lot of healing. I don't know if Rosie's playing into the heart of the wild and better regrowth healing. Looks like the bleeds into iFox are also starting to hurt as well. I don't know if iFox picked up the bandages to remove bleeds or not, but he may need that actually. Boomstick flying. Does he get the shots? He does get a couple of hits, but Rosie picking up some healing in between of it. Binding shot. Knows he's going to get stunned if he moves. Trying not to move as best as possible. Just going to stand and try to go for a clone. I think it was attempted to clone iFox, but if iFox isn't going to close the gap, short stun, trinket to follow. Unfortunately, the bleeds do set him down. That is rough, man. What's up next? Is it Majao? Is it going to be Zevalis? Zev? I like that mog. That's the Mage Tower, right? The Legion version of Mage Tower. It is going to be Conan as an arms warrior. I like his horned helm. Classic barbarian type of look. It looks like an extra in like a Viking type of a show and or a movie and or media of sorts. You know what I mean? Like a classic, proper, almost like a normal set, normal look for in a sense. Not overly high fantasy. Yeah. Rosie tried to see if he can get a prowl opener. Picking up the eye, unable to unfortunately get an opener to counter Rosie's rake stun. Parry really early. He's just gonna go for the... What is that stone bolt through the wall, by the way? What is that? Trying to get himself a leap charge, hoping to reconnect, but another root. Unfortunately, Conan, unless he can shake off those bleeds and deny Rosie a proper opener, he's just gonna be in a bit of a rough spot. All he can do is ignore pain and try to ignore some of the bleed rotting damage. That's about all he can do right now. Second one maybe kicking in. Does it as a Feral opener with that spear. Feral can't go anywhere. Bladestorm, was that a proper Bladestorm or was that a proc Bladestorm? I can't even tell. Looks like maybe just a Slayer Bladestorm proc. It is going to be Rosie with a wall, able to live. Conan doesn't have much health. Bite comes through for Rosie, does take him out. The blades on the Feral Druid is doing quite a number, huh? Actually doing a decent bit. With the Warrior's heart couch, not even a player. Yeah, Roots are pretty rough, man. For Warrior in particular, they did end up doing the thing with battle stance where you don't sit in impairment effects as often, but like it's still rough, man. Dropping, what is it, 10-15% DR for that is not always a good choice, especially with the blades and how rough they are. They just absolutely pierce through armor. But Rosie so far has been able to have a hell of a run, trying to go for a clone, denying the rebuke out for Zev. Zev trying to see if he can stay on top of Rosie as best as possible, going for the Dawnlight. Is that a Dawnlight burning Rosie? No, mostly for a self-heal as the dampening gets into the 26% dampener. It is going to be Rosie trying to go for Incarnation. Perfect opportunity to make some damage happen. Unfortunately, if there's a stun out of Zev, this could be very deadly. Does go for the stun. Rosie does not have a bar skin. Maybe needs some kind of a heal. Maybe needs some kind of CC. Is trying to get some bleeds into Zev and go for whatever. Actually looks like he's getting aggressive while Incarnate was active, getting more bites to get more regrowths for free. Trying to see if he keeps him alive. May need bear form or whatever healing you got in that in order to live this. The blades are actually doing a decent bit to Zev. Try to go for that rebuke. Does go for the kick either way. Zev will not have anything for this one and is going to end up getting CC'd. Trinket to follow with Rosie trying to go for a cast. Does a bar skin. This is going to give him some shielding. He is going to need something here. Something, anything, bash, just run, bop. Holy. Wait, did he juke him? He juked him. He juked him. Maybe it's another clone? Rosie just needs to live. Rosie just needs to live. No stuns available for a while. Try to see if we catch a re-stealth. I don't know if that'll be possible with a Dawnlight. Try to see if we get some kind of bleeds. I think Rosie realized I might as well just go for a last rip. Last ditch rip to give whoever is up next a bit of a slight advantage over Zev. Just the slightest of advantages. No more Bob for the Paladino. Doesn't mean they're out of the fight at all though. Stun onto Rev immediately. We'll have to deal with the pet. And maybe if you go for Wake of Ashes with the pet, that is going to be able to take a cast out of it completely. Should rebuke the pet? He did rebuke the pet actually. He did rebuke the pet. So unfortunately won't have a kick for Rev. Mortal Coil, Soulfire, Succubus CC catches him. Looks like Succubus CC does break to the Soulfire this time around. Sometimes you could time it where if the ability is holding midair, like a Chaos Bolt or Soulfire, and then the Succubus catches while the spell is midair, even if it connects, it won't break. Because the spell CC technically happened after the spell went out, so the game thinks that the spell already hit. Even though the animation and the damage didn't register, the game still thinks that. So you could do some cheesy stuff like land a Chaos Bolt while Succubus doesn't break. And do some crazy little things like that. Try to see if you can port Zev. Zev not going to be taken by it. Hand of Freedom to keep moving. Succubus does connect with the fear off of that bolt. Second bolt right after him. Maybe can get some working with a Mortal Coil. Does have line of sight. Is it enough? So far it could be huge here if it lands a crit. Oh, it crit! Oh my god! Look at Rev jumping for joy there, dude. I was thinking to myself, if this crits, this threat is dead. If this crits, this is going to be very painful. Soulfire, extra painful. I can't blame that red for not bubbling that, because no shot you were going to be like, you know what, Soulfire hurts, but I'm not 10% health. I can squeeze out a little more. I think this is what happens when reds get conditioned to trying to squeeze out the most out of the bubble and not burning too early. But that Soulfire is extremely deadly. Extremely deadly. Because if it crits, doesn't it do more damage if it crits? Didn't they have like a bunch of talents for Warlocks where now the crit damage scales even higher? Pally's need a nerf bat. Yeah, dude. I feel like if Blizzard doesn't do anything about Paladins, like they were one of the most hated, like by the community, one of the most hated classes in PvP. Because of like just how strong they felt. How it felt like they had an unfair advantage over other classes, at least in 1v1. So I wonder if Blizzard is gonna do the same thing or not, because it's trending in the same direction. Like if Blizzard isn't careful, they should be seeing the same signs, right? The community is getting annoyed with their Paladin. We don't want to hate them. We don't want to hate Red Paladins. I want them to have a fun time, but like it's just gonna happen. You're gonna have normal players that have been playing Paladin mains forever, just getting hated on for no reason. They're just actually just gonna have their feelings soured just while trying to have fun in PvP. Just because of a class that they play. It's unfair to them too. Blizzard just gotta do something about it. Just gotta answer players' feedback. That's all. I do want to hate on Red Paladins. It's a choice for you. Okay. For Jake, it's a conscious choice, but for everybody else, I don't think they want to. Because they were hated in War Within, even in Mythic Plus. Because they were everywhere and people blamed Red Paladins for like not being able to time their keys. All the time. They were the biggest scapegoat, dude. We would have timed the key, but damn it, we picked up a Red Paladin, and they weren't even bad either. They just didn't have like anything for priority damage. They were just all AoE. Which sometimes is not great in Mythic Plus either. and does mean Red Pally pad instead of like kill a boss, but like they can't do more. They have to pad. Those are kind of designed that way. Soulfire chunking out 30% health. It's just still wacky to me. It's good that the ability hits hard because you can only hard cast it nowadays. So I think it's probably better than not having it do any damage. But man, oh wait, Red, whoa, 5%. That was some fatty Ray of Frost. What do you do in this situation? You need a succubus CC. You need the mortar coil. Great port. That's going to give you a little survivability, little livability. Mage, unfortunately, blink it past you. And it's going to be able to get that one little swing of a lance. And Rodinson, the monster, is just out here like, all right, bud, sit down and get some food. Let's do this. I already talking smack about Red Palace. Hate Red Club. I feel like that should be a guild at this point, or a community. They hate Red Club. It's so, dude, I kind of miss the days when people hated rogues. Can rogues be busted so people can just hate on us again? Because I feel like when people hate on rogues, it's part of my class fantasy to just be hated by the community. You know what I mean? I don't feel any bad about it. I don't feel any bad about it. Unfortunately, Majawa, unless you go for a block here, I think it's over. Does go for the block, but Rodinson, he's got double immune. There's nothing you can do. Double immune, there's nothing you can do. About make one, not gonna lie. I feel like if you flood the ladder with a bunch of reds, then Blizzard will notice. Although that didn't work with what is it? With War Within. That didn't work with War Within. There were like a bunch of them and it still didn't matter. Blizzard just didn't do anything. And then community just kept outcrying about it until it just reds just started getting hated on just for being reds, which was just wild. Majao, I think unfortunately is ONYXIA. Yeah, Rodinson is a monster. Drowsy's a menace though with 3. Well done, well done. Bring Grifka back, he'll get all the anger. Yeah. Yeah, Grip definitely could do that easily. Alrighty, boys. We are done for the night. Thank you all so much for joining. I appreciate it. Super fun hanging out with every single one of you. Next week, over for the Team NA, I am going to ban Reds. So whatever teams we make, no Red Paladinos. We'll just do it once. We'll see how it goes for that entire NA set of duels. Hey, maybe there'll be some balance. Maybe it'll be more competitive. Maybe the duels will feel like they're closer, more even. There'll be much closer calls rather than feeling like, oh, it's a paladin, still got 3 immunities, and this other guy is dying. It feels a little one-sided. Maybe we'll get something like that. If that ends up being a more favorable and enjoyable experience, that may just be something we'll have to do. Not the first time we've done it. We've done it with Reds back in Shadowlands. We've done it with Rogues in more than one expansion at this point. So, yeah. GG to all the players, but the Reds. Go to PvE. Unfortunately, Reds is also getting hated in PvE even right now. Kind of. With everything that's going on with retail, they doubled down on Love and Red to the point where they gave them a small Wrath Lich King rework and buffed them in Kata and Mop. So they were top half of the DPS meters. I mean, being a top half of the DPS meters, I think is not the end of the world. It's just a question of how much like utility and tools your class has. You know what I mean? Buff, right? What the hell? Buff Reds? No. But I have one phrase for you. Buff Reds. Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. Look, I don't hate Saya at all. We're not doing this rule on EU, by the way. So Saya, you still get a chance to play if you want to. Not in EU rule. It's just a rule for NA. Because on EU, it seems like there's enough players that can somewhat sort of do well against Reds. Though Saya and Daramus, I think it was, the Draenei guy, you guys were just absolutely unstoppable this week. It was kind of wild. Yeah, make Red PvP talents great again. Oh yeah, I actually do think they need to refresh PvP talents again. There's so many useless talents for so many classes, Reds included. I know Pallies have some really weird niche ones. Let's be honest here. Maybe with that honesty. Reds can nerf to the ground, they'll still be god tier. They'll still be pretty good, I imagine. Yeah, you'll still, I think it will be played by quite a decent bit of community. Reds need a big nerf is a broken 1v1. Unfortunately, Blizzard doesn't look at Reds in 1v1 setting. They're looking at it in group setting. So a question of like, how is the Reds representation in solos or comp-based arenas or BG Blitz in general? Yeah. Talk about Windwalker, they have jack shit. Windwalker were, yeah, PvP healing for them has been weird. PvP talents are also weird. I do agree with you. Yeah, there was like some cool stuff, but like, not really. They have one talent that's a must-have in PvP, and that's the Fist of Fury parry. That also has a slow. That should be baseline at this point. I feel like that should be baseline. It's so must-have, just make it part of Fist of Fury kit. Wouldn't even be broken. There's only a handful of bosses that can be parried. I think it'll be fine. Bridge, bridge, bridge. Wait, what does it say with the bridge, bridge, bridge? Bro, bro, bro. Why did it translate it? Remove 3v3. This mode sucks. 3v3s, you don't like 3s? Why, are reds so rough in 3s? By the way, this is... my shit is translating, dude. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's like, nah, 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 nah. Bridge, bridge, bridge. Bro, bro, bro. Has a PvP talents at all. Yeah. Rogues also have some weird ones. We have some good ones, but a lot of weird ones. The spell warding loot, our only legit valuable talent is Sank, even with that being situational. None of the talent changes our playstyle or buff damage in any way. Yeah, it does seem like Paladin have a lot of like utility talents. I do agree, Atho. They maybe could do something. I think they could prune a lot of the PvP talents, give some good utility stuff. YouTube hates me. No, no, no. It's just auto-translating for some reason. The chat bot thing on YouTube, the baseline one, it has no idea how to like it's trying to auto-translate things. Like Justice said buff right, he said buff reds, and it has no idea what reds is, so it just tried to find like a word next to it. The reds are the most used PvP talents. Yeah, like I'll be okay if they change up like PvP talents for a bunch of classes. Reds, Windwalkers, and like everybody. Like Warriors also have some not great ones, don't they? I could probably find one or two, right? Enrage and Endure Rage, chance to become enraged while suffering movement impairment effect. I mean, for Fury, that's kind of good. Grants through Recklessness, I mean, that's kind of nice. Death Wish is pretty nice because like you sacrifice health to do damage. It's interesting. Wait, because of damage taken and done. I mean, this is interesting. Master and Commander, Rallying Cry cooldown is reduced. I mean, it's kind of alright too. Disarm is good. Slaughterhouse is the only Mortal Strike effect. Dragon Charge is fun. Berserker's Roar reduces the duration of... That's a good one. Rebound, I feel, could be... Yeah, it's actually not bad. Intervene has 2 charges. I feel like Intervene and Rebound could be combined together, probably. Demolition makes sense. Like, these are actually kind of sort of usable. Not in every situation, but there's some use case here and there, right? Rallying Cry is a defensive. They buffed it up for PvP too. Increase more health, so that can be used more regularly. 120 seconds, so it's down to a minute, so like you could use that for utility. Petition for red MS PvP talent. I don't know about that. Like maybe if we dump the damage of reds and give them Mortal Strike, then yes. But like you can't just have a class that does damage that Dawnlight does and a Mortal Strike effect. I would maybe lose some like tuning there. I feel like classes that don't have Mortal Strike but do high damage, I think that's kind of fine. Like Rogues have Mortal Strike, Warriors have a Mortal Strike, but you can kind of tune their damage to be like around it. You know? When Warcraft has 2 PvP challenges, that's great, and 1 is optional. Why no? Why not? Why not? Mostly because Red's Dawnlight damage is... I mean, Reds do a lot of raw cleave damage right now. If you like change the nerf the damage a little but give a Mortal Strike effect, because it's a question of pressure. Right now, Reds can exert a certain amount of pressure if you were to quantify it. Give them Mortal Strike effect with the damage they're currently doing, you're giving them much more pressure. A lot of pressure they put out. A ton of pressure. So you would need to do some kind of damage tuning in that regard, right? That or make the Mortal Strike effect super limited. Kind of how Demon Hunters have like on Blade Dance. And it's something about like how well can they Blade Dance. Yeah, know what I mean? But Demon Hunters at the same time like have a bit more of a glass cannon thing going on. Rogues are cooldown heavy. Warriors have passive damage, but like, I mean, you've seen Demolish. It's like kind of, sometimes it's like a wet noodle. It's in a bit of a weird spot right now. Done for the day. Yeah, we're done for the day for now. Or remove healers from PvP and we could enjoy our classes. You know, that would be kind of sick, honestly. Although I think it would be a lot of red rogues. No, it would be a lot of mage rogues. That's an issue. Bit of an issue. It'd be a lot of red rogue. I don't know if we want that, to be honest. But yeah. You guys have a wonderful one. 1v1 arena. If we need to tune classes. You know what? I'm okay with 1v1 arena if they tune classes for 1v1. I'm okay with 1v1 arena or 2v2 DPS if they tune classes for that bracket. Those are gonna do work, but I don't think they're gonna do a lot of work for it, unfortunately. I don't think they need to remove healers and just make a different bracket for double DPS. Dude, I think that would be a pretty sick bracket. I think it'd be a sick bracket. I think it'd be queued up quite often. 2v2 bracket for healer DPS. Dude, 2v2 bracket as a solo shuffle. 4 rounds, people would be spam queuing. People would just be queuing up. You get put up with the random players and stuff. What are some keys? I'm gonna be eating... Yeah, it's very easy. Make it and get it done. Yeah, seriously, they could totally do it. And people would just shuffle around with different brackets, so you don't need like a comp or anything. You just go in, you play class as best you can, do stuff. I'm sure some classes will be stronger than others, but then you could just start tuning things and then put like solo shuffle rewards on there. I think it'd be pretty popular. All DPS, no healers required. I feel like people would be spam queuing it pretty hard. Some classes I think would have a hard time, but like I think at the end of the day, your games would level out. Right? Because you just need like a kill and everybody has limited cooldowns they can utilize. Got the double DPS for new scrims. Well, that's right. Well, they have double DPS for new scrims. I think it should be a solo shuffle where it's 4 players, all DPS, and you just rotate for 4 games. You switch teams every single round for 4 rounds. Not a solo shuffle, but like an arena, like a bracket. Right? Like when you go to here, you have like PvP brackets. Just add an extra one for solo arena double DPS. Solo DPS arena. I think it'd be sick. I think it'd be cool. I think a lot of people would play it. Because then you have to wait for healers, which sometimes in solo shuffle it's like that's all you're waiting for is a healer. Please, a decent healer log on for once. Healers get like insecure DPS gotta sit there and wait for a healer, which is the worst. It's like, come on, Slowpoke, just queue up. They even gave healers so many incentives and a bunch of rewards to play. It's just healers feel like they're getting bullied whenever they don't do well. Because it feels like everything is on their shoulders the entire game. Insta queues. 3 or 3 healers should be 2 rolling DPS. 1v1 DPS. Insta queues. Seriously, I think it'd be sick. Much more fun. Yeah. Listen. What's up? I gotta go. I gotta get some food, man. But I'll hear you out. Type it out real quick. What ideas are you cooking up? Also, we did get to play through some of the new songs in the mix. Make a healer bracket. Like healer versus healer type of thing, or what? Or you queue with a healer? I guess that's 3v3 then, isn't it? Just a simple healer only bracket. Ah. Wait, what if they did like PvP, healer only bracket, and you gotta heal like NPC mobs? You gotta heal NPC mobs in PvP, and they are like really PvP, super hard. To put their own brass bracket, healing bots, that'd be hilarious. That'd be hilarious. Like red pally only brackets, see how slow normal queues become? I think normal queues would actually like improve. I think the quality of live games will probably go up. With people hating on Reds, I think quality of life would go up. The Reds would just be playing in their own sandbox, and then everybody else gets to enjoy life without Reds. A world if Red Pally never existed, or just wasn't played. I think some people would love it. I think some people that would be heaven. Imagine watching the AOC healer only bracket, healing AA bots, but make those bots like actually CC and like be hardcore. Every hit they do is a huge hit, so you gotta really heal the shit out of everybody. So landing CC would be massive. Only few true Reds exist. I do agree with you on that. I do think with any class, there's only like it's a flavor of the month for sure. Like a lot of people will flock to flavor of the month, but true people that play that class, you only find those players when the class is at its worst. When it's down in the dumps, barely any replacement, barely any competitive value, and that's where you see people actually playing it. Will we ban Red Paladin next week for NA? Yeah, hopefully no one wants to play them. I don't think we'll do a perma ban, but we'll ban it next week for NA duels. See how it goes. If it goes fine, we'll just keep it as a thing. If over time, maybe if Reds get a nerf, we'll like bring it back in. We'll see how things go then, but we'll see next week. I mean, we'll have to just kind of follow some of the gameplay loop rank ones and try to copy every class. Yeah. I mean, the bots would be able to like, you know, play scripts essentially. Because I mean, Mage Rogue comps in like older expansions played like a script. You had a very defined like CC chain every 30 seconds. But yeah, it was pretty much like you had a very specific way you did things, and you didn't have to be in comms. You could just play and just run the script. I know Blizz ain't gonna get it right, so it'll be good. Yeah, it'll be hilarious. You guys have a good one. I'm gonna go. Have a wonderful evening. Enjoy your Saturday and Sunday. I'll see you, all of you guys, Tuesday for the reset. Hopefully I'll have a bunch of stuff from a great vault to open up. Hopefully some fatty loot on Rogue. You guys have a wonderful evening. I catch all of you guys in the next one. Alrighty, boys. Alrighty. Peace.
Uncharted lands will claim them all. Rise like tides and let it fall. Just endless seas. Come drift with me. Come drift with me.